Okay, there's the audio. Okay, so I'm taking a break from Umineko after doing episode 6, and I'm cleansing the palette with another mystery that's going to have a lot of reading, for sure. But oh well, too bad. So sad. Now, this is a game I've been bothered to play for a while now, but I have been wanting to play it, don't get me wrong. Real translated this. Real is here in chat. Real is on the screen. If there's any typos, point fingers. I didn't proofread this or anything. But from what I understand, this is essentially Touhou cross Ace Attorney, but a bit more serious than like something like Shady Trial, and maybe a bit more serious than regular Ace Attorney. I don't really know. Let me know if the volume's wrong. This is as low as I could make the volume go. And I'm hoping the game is still audible over me without it also overpowering me. Okay, enter. Of course. That's the best place to start. Okay, so we have some backwards text from Renko. Mary... Okay, it's backwards, but it's also not backwards. Mary... What? Huh? What? It's like... So I see the Mary here, and I see the what. What's supposed to come next? Maybe it changes format. I will save you no matter what, Mary. Oh, I see it now. Oh, okay, the whole thing is just backwards. Oh, so I was trying to think of it like the sentence starts with Mary, like, Mary, what are you doing? Or something like that. It's going to come next. Because you'd usually see Mary what instead of what Mary, I see. I was trying to make it harder than it really was. Oops. A distant gaze. A wisp of smoke. Small, slow text. Mountains gathered, wear yokai cloak. You translated the poetry. How to send emojis on Twitch. There should just be a little button underneath the chat that should let you do that. Deep into night, a sudden stir, startled butterflies, shattered in a blur. Impossible. What do I do? I hope the text isn't always this slow. It's just the opening text, probably, right? I'm sorry. AQ. So the difference between this and like Shady Trial is I believe characters actually die. And in Shady Trial, everyone who dies is already undead or immortal. I like the art. I know that this game also just takes assets from some other stuff like Ace Attorney, so I wasn't really expecting like them to do much for their own original art. But no, we have like actual art of I guess Kane stabbing AQ. Or maybe she didn't actually kill her, maybe we're defending Kane. I have no idea. I don't know much about the game. By design, I've avoided knowing much. Okay, so this is before the tragedy. Before AQ dies, presumably. Maybe someone else, I don't know. Today's been a really peaceful day. Well, only emojis. I don't know. Maybe refresh. I'm not sure. Twitch can be weird. If you install, do you have like browser stuff like Frankerface Z and all that? Because if you have that, then you get access to some more that I couldn't fit in the regular thing. So you could hit that and have even more stuff. What's that link? Is that the JTD? Oh, it's the OST. Oh, cool. Nice. Let's see, do I have any requests left to take care of? Welcome everyone. I'm glad to see some somewhat new faces, maybe interested in the game. Ah, I'm done for the day. Wait a second, I forgot to introduce myself. I skipped the text by mistake, but I saw it. My name is Yomu Kunpaku. As you can see, I'm the head of the Human Spirit Agency. Well, I call myself the head, but I'm actually the only person working for this agency. Self-employed. Relatable. Don't touch shift. Yeah, I've only been hitting Z. But I think if you press it before the text finishes, instead of just going to the end, it goes to the end and then moves on. As you can probably tell from the name, this agency was established to help local residents with various problems, big or small. Sked dance. I started this agency for certain reasons. It shows. Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, should I just be using X period instead of Z, maybe? By the way, I can return whenever I want, since it's always nighttime in the netherworld. No, I have to use both, okay. It's currently midnight, but by the time I get back, I can almost guarantee you Yuko-sama will still be sleeping like a log. Oh, the rain seems to have stopped. Are there text logs? Probably not. It's an RPG Maker game, right? So I'd assume probably not. It is RPG Maker, isn't it? There's a full moon tonight. She looks around. I wonder what Yuko-sama is doing right now. Is she sleeping? Or is she admiring the flowers? Or is she eating? It's rather peaceful right now. It'd be nice if this peace could last forever. At least I wish it would. Too bad we have a forewarning to some tragedy that is literally coming in 300 and something days. Haha, what am I thinking? It's such a peaceful night. Of course nothing's going to happen. Huh? Kentucky's #1 Tengu. Ayashamema. Ow. How many times have I told you to knock before entering? But I did knock. You still kicked down the door. That's the door's fault, Yomu-san. No, it's clearly your fault. I played some Monster Hunter earlier. So from what I understand, so for anyone not in the know, this game is originally in Chinese, but I guess Aya talks with Japanese stuff. Real can probably provide better context than I can there. This sack of joy is Ayashime Maru, a Tengu. She calls herself Gensokyo's fastest, and Gensokyo's #1 news Tengu. Here's more JTT OST. True, in terms of speed, she's fast enough to leave everyone else in the dust. Aya is her signature catchphrase. She's reliable, but sometimes she really gets on my nerves. Alright, what else? What could you possibly need at this hour? You see, a great tragedy has occurred. Your expression isn't convincing at all. Say, does the name Hide no Akyu ring any bells? Duh, that's the child of Miyare. I just saw her this afternoon. She's the author of that new Perfect Memento in Strict Sense book. What about her? You see, she was just found dead in her house. Okay, I guess the tragedy happens already. What? Ganizan reported it 10 minutes ago. She said she found a body in Aki-san's house. In any case, they've already found people to perform an autopsy and secure the scene. I had only just heard about it myself. I see. I mean, if I were Yomo, I would have assumed that she died of natural causes. You know, that children of Miyata have really short lifespans, but... well. To tell you the truth, I feel like there's something off about this incident. So I'm here to request that you look into it a bit. I mean, she either died of natural causes, or it's an incident, so... if it's an incident, there is something off about it, because that means someone killed her. So... you're kind of like... stating the obvious. Off? Well, call it a hunch. There's just something that smells fishy to me. Usually a stab wound isn't, like, considered a natural cause. So will you accept this request, Yomu-san? You already know the answer. We'll handle registration later. I will not ignore such an incident. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Hide no Akyu, the child of Miyare, has been killed. Just who would do such a thing? D for manual saves. Okay. You have to press enter. Their Z doesn't work. Okay. Thanks, RPG Maker works. Was there a health bar on my save icon? So this is Akyu's house. The body was discovered in the room right in front of us. Security and medical staff should already be on scene. Got it. Let's head in. Huh? What's wrong, Yama-san? These floorboards. Why do they creak when you step on them? It's so unpleasant. Does that have to do with anything? Head into the zine already. Only if you've played Danganronpa V3. It's just a bit off-putting. So your weakness is creaking floorboards, Yomu-san. This is great material. I recognize that sound effect. That is a stock sound effect, probably from Mao Damashi, which is a sound effect website. I've heard that, I think, in Desinoya's games. Very common. I've definitely heard it in a few places. Now I know who to put as the headline for tomorrow's issue of the Boon Boon Modern newspaper. Don't make that face. It's very dangerous, Yo-san. Fine. Do you see the cabinet next to me? This? Yep, that's Akiu's shoe rack. Take off your shoes and place them inside. Walking with your socks means the floor won't make as much noise. I should save this as a truth bullet. Yeah. Done. Since this belongs to Akiu-san, why don't you make a record of it? Maybe it'll come in handy. Make a record of it. Recorded shoe rack. Very Ace Attorney. I say there's at least probably like 70% odds that presenting the shoe rack is going to be the very last piece of evidence in the trial or something. Or trial or whatever it's going to be in this game. I don't know how that's formatted actually. Just like that. You should frequently make records of anything that could be related to the case. Then review them from time to time by pressing the S key. It'll help out a lot when you're thinking. Make records of things related to the case and review them with the S key. Understood. Let's go. It really is one of those. Alright, so I can review stuff here. Oh, enter. The controls are so weird. Z is like advanced dialogue, but it's not confirm in menus. A cabinet for storing shoes, placed by the doorway. Characters. You don't know Akiu. Oh, I might do that. Got dead around home. 1,000-year-old Tengu, my client in this case. Why isn't Yellow in here? Why isn't my attorney badge in here? Let me see. It'll probably mess things if I'm not careful, so mess things up. C is accept. Okay, I'll use C then instead of enter, if that's an option. Cool. I assume Z is examine though. Not here, the bedroom directly. Opposite the front door. Okay. How did I end up on the right side of the room? Spacebar. Spacebar? Is that normal for RPG Maker? We're here to investigate. Investigate? What a bother. Boy, come here. Oops, I need to stop pressing Z. Forbidden button. Oh, okay, I'm gonna press space. Space is fine, I think. I really wish you weren't wearing shoes right now. One must do what's right with the gods. One must do what's right. What's right? The gods. I don't know what she's saying there, but you might want to note that down. Tell us everything. By the gods, okay. This is Rimu Hakone. She's Gensoku's Shrine Maiden. She's not the only Shrine Maiden. Her job is to maintain the Order of Gensokyo. Speaking from personal experience, her skills in combat are no joke. Especially her yin-yang orbs and persuasion needles. If you fought her before, you definitely won't forget them. Seems like she's the one they got to take charge of security. You see, Reimu-san. The child of Miyata being murdered is no small incident, so I hired the experienced Yomu-san to help investigate. I wouldn't really call myself experienced. Oh, about that. Little fly. There's no need to investigate anymore. Okay. Say what? Because I've already got the culprit. Huh? Say what? This guy. Oh, hi there. Innocent smile. I'm on the latest version, yeah, I just downloaded the game like 2 hours ago. Definitely. As long as you updated the pre-patch version, it should be good to go. And you said in the thread that the pre-patched is always the latest, so... check your files, I guess. This is Ryunosuke Morichika, the owner of a curio shop called Korendo. Like me, he's the sole employee of his business. Though he doesn't really sell anything, he opened a shop purely for his collection. He's not good at doing business either, but he doesn't seem to mind all that much. As long as he's happy, I guess. He's also a bit slow in the uptake, or I guess you could call him dumb. He's someone who will drive you to your wit's end. From the looks of it, I don't think he even knows what's happened. He's the killer? Seriously? Is Ryunosuke Larry Butts? Good timing. Can you help me talk to Reimu? I forgot to close the door when she dragged me out here. Now I'm worried I'll get robbed. Hey, you do know why you're here, right? You murderer. What's a murderer? What? No one's told me anything, though. I told you just now, idiot. No, I'm not a murderer or anything. Excuse invalid. We already have undeniable proof. Don't think you can get away. She said it in red. Well, then we're done. One must do what's right by the gods. So, that's her catchphrase, I see. Reimu-san. I got you though. What? Is it true that you have evidence to prove Inosuke-kun is the culprit? But of course. What is it? Why do I have to tell you? Huh? I mean, you're just some bystanders who barged in here. I don't recall you having any authority to get in the way of official business. Who gave her the authority? I mean... Might is right, I guess. She'll beat up anyone who argues with her. Official. Thanks to the villagers' trust in me, I have been elected the person in charge of this case. I actually think it's a bother. I can't wait to go back to sleep. Seriously, I had to run all the way here in the rain. You can fly. My socks are all wet. I'm not letting you two drag this case on. Do you want me to sleep through the entire morning? Just because of that? All in all, we have decisive evidence. Don't get in the way of my bedtime, okay? What do we do, Yomu-san? Reimu Hakude. Yes. As the Hakude Shrine Maiden, and as Gensoki's protector, you disregard others and bar them from investigating. Don't you feel guilty for work this sloppy? Can you be responsible to the gods? You half-baked ghost. You're doubting me? The evidence is near the body. Go take a look for yourself. But I have one condition. If you can't prove that someone else is the culprit, you just end up wasting everyone's time, then you must apologize. Sincerely. Full of regret. Fine. The worst punishment. I figured she was gonna threaten to beat her up or something, but I guess she just wants to go to sleep. That was seriously cool, Yomu-san. Not only did you stare down Reimu-san, you even forced her to agree to the investigation. Kind of. Yomu-san? Is everything alright? If Inosuke-kun actually is the culprit, how am I supposed to apologize? Well, Yomu-san, let me ask you a question. What's your attitude towards a request? This isn't an interview, right? Of course not. It's just a personal question, fingers crossed. Well, if it's a request, I'll do my best to fulfill it. That's what I wanted to hear. Yomu-san, regarding the request I gave you, I'd like to add another request on top of it. Prove Inosuke-kun's innocence. How about it? Will you still do it, even with the added request? I can't let a murderer get away just for a request, however. If I find out he truly is innocent, then I'll do everything I can to fulfill your request. That's the spirit. I'm gonna get very sick of saying, Alright, let's start investigating. Reimu-san said there was decisive evidence near the body, so we definitely need to check it out. That is a good point, Real. I'll take the over the deaths any day. We can talk to the coroner if we want specifics about the body. He's probably doing tests next to it. We have to get the testimony of the first person to discover the body as well. Lastly, there may be some unusual things we want to take a closer look at in the room. We can interact with a C or space key. I'm going to use space. It's comfy. Ooh. Interacting with certain objects may just give us some helpful clues. That concludes the hints of Gensoki's #1 news Tengu. Shame Maru. Thoroughly investigate everything in the scene, huh? It really sounds like something this reporter would do. But since the goal is to prove Inosuke-kun's innocence, suspects besides Inosuke-kun also have to be considered. That's right. Okay, let's get started, Yomu-san. Is there blood on the floor here? What's wrong, Yamo-san? On the floor. There's a speck of blood. There is. And from the looks of it, this bloodstain has been wiped. A white bloodstain near the door. What on earth? I'm glad I saw that because it is in a very, very tiny window. Like Real said, this is 640 by 480, I think. It is minuscule. It's a clock. Doesn't seem to be broken. Just so happens to be 12:10 a.m. That reminds me, you know I always said exactly 12 a.m., right? Yep. Back then, you said that the crime was reported 10 minutes ago. That would mean the crime should have been reported at 11:50 p.m. Exactly. In that case... well, you know, at least she was dead before then. Hi, Kaine. Kaine Kamishiro-sawa, I assume. Yes? I heard you were the first person on scene, so I'd like to know. It's interesting that it says question marks here, because Yomu... I mean, she seems to know Kaine. I guess they're for our sake, not Yomu's sake. I say. Yes? Don't you know talking to others without greeting them first is very bad manners? I've seen that before, that is very much a Kaine thing. Pardon? I swear, young people nowadays have no idea what manners are. They should all be sent back to school. She said you have no manners, Yomu-san. Oh, brother. Is that where it comes from? I figured it probably came from Imperishable Night. But I don't know the dialogue that well as much as I love the game. This is Kaine Kamishiro-sawa. She's a half-beast who teaches in the village. As you can see, she has a bit of a short fuse, especially when people show bad manners. I hear she grows horns on full moon nights. That reminds me, isn't there a full moon tonight? Well, why doesn't she have horns then? Has she not been outside, maybe? Can I ask? Use please when making requests. Please. Can I ask, when did you... use may when asking questions? May I please ask... man, this is a pain. When did you discover the body? I think it was around 11:30 p.m. Can you be certain? Yes, I caught a glimpse of the clock over there. Then, would you mind describing what the scene looked like? She was lying on the mattress, her face in shock, a knife embedded in her chest, blood everywhere. Hey, that's terrifying. Your expression isn't convincing at all. I was scared out of my wits, not even daring to enter the room. I immediately ran outside to get help. That's definitely what the intro cinematic showed. We get player cheat info. While we're at it, why did you come back to your son's house in the middle of the night anyways? I had something to discuss with her. And that would be? Prying into other people's affairs is very bad manners. Yeah. It's an important question. I must insist that you answer. You visited sometime in the middle of the night, and that someone just so happens... oh, you visited someone in the middle of the night, and that someone just so happens to have become the victim of a murder. If you don't give us a proper explanation, I'm afraid we'll have to treat you as a suspect. I'm doing it anyway. Today, or should I say yesterday night, there was a banquet at the Hakone Shrine. Huh? Why haven't I heard about it? Hey, I was there too. You were so engrossed in work that you didn't even know, Yomu-san. You're kidding. I wanna go too. May I continue? I guess there's probably not like formal invites sent out by this kind of thing. It's probably just word of mouth, right? Oh, right, yes. During the banquet, Aki secretly told me that there was something she needed me to safekeep. She told me to come pick it up when it was late at night, and promptly left the banquet. I also left soon after. Something to safekeep. What is it? She was already like this when I got here. Actually, I have no way of knowing what it was. I see. Aki always lights a candle to study every night. I never thought today would be her last voyage in the Sea of Knowledge. Oh. Well, I don't see the candle lit. Someone could have blown it out, though. Now that you mention it, you're awfully calm. If crying could bring Aki back to life, I would have bawled my eyes out long ago. Is it worth talking to her again? I wonder what's on her mind. No. Raymond? The evidence is on the body, go take a look for yourself. Ryunosuke? The two of you have to prove my innocence. Otherwise, there'll be no one called Ryunosuke left in Gensokyo. Why did they make him into a stupid character? That's what you're worried about? It's a candle. This was likely used for late night reading. Accusant sure is a diligent one. What? What's wrong? This candle. Its top is missing a piece. Huh? You're right. And it happened very recently. A candle missing a piece at the top. Could it be? Missing a piece? Like, not melted away, but like a chunk taken off? Can I look here? Let's see. Incomplete candle. Missing an even piece. So, sounds like maybe someone just sliced the top off or something? Like wick and all? Weird. It's a scroll. Something seems to be written on it. Although, the writing doesn't look like it's recent. It actually looks like it's been there for a very long time. The realm beyond the subconscious does exist. The roof lies in lowlies to the highest persons. All that's needed is the butterfly's blood. Eh? It's all disjointed and there's a bunch of cryptic nonsense. Who is this written for? And this realm beyond the subconscious. Is something the matter? You've been quiet all this time. It's not like you at all. Oh, that. I was just thinking about some things. I is suspicious. Some things? Well, Yomo-san, you ever get a flash of inspiration? You mean when a light bulb goes off in your head? Regarding these light bulbs, there's such an explanation. These light bulbs go off because for a brief moment, your own thoughts entered someone else's subconscious mind. What? It goes something like this. Every living creature in this world has its own subconscious world, but normally it's very weak. When these worlds are strengthened by some means, such as when your mind is highly tense, its power will surge for a brief moment. So much so that it's now able to enter another person's subconscious world and bring back memories it originally didn't have. This sounds really Zero Escape at this point or something. However, this phenomenon only lasts for a brief moment. Yomo, have you ever heard of the Monty Hall problem? I'm sure this won't be relevant, but you just want to vibe and just talk about that for 15 minutes? Make sure we're both on an even footing and we'll understand how it works? Hey, wanna do some math together? In fact, it usually ends before someone even realizes it. Therefore, people mistake it for something they thought up on the spot, as if they got a flash of inspiration. And that concludes the information I have on the subject. In truth, this is just a hypothesis. Anyone would think of bizarre things from time to time and even mistake them for reality, no? What did you hear about it? Well, I guess that's true. In the past, I too would often fantasize about the outside world when work got slow in the garden. But is that really the reason why Accio decided to write this? What? What is it? What is it now? Under the scroll. Seems like a piece of paper. On it is weird. It's almost like an eyeball if you turn your head sideways, maybe. What exactly is this? Looks like some strange drawing. Aya? What's wrong? This is Yomi-san. What is it? It looks serious. I think that's saying she looks serious. Yomi-san, due to my position, the report I published on that incident a year ago isn't the complete story. Ano incident. Ano Jiken. This picture, Yomi-san. To this day, we still haven't figured out its purpose. However, this is the unresolved piece of evidence that appeared in that incident 1 year ago. Unresolved? You mean you never figured out what the reason for its presence in that case? Yes, that's right. Unresolved evidence from the case 1 year ago. DL6 incident. Is it somehow related to this case? This sure is dumping a lot on me at the very start, isn't it? The shelf storing books. Heck, I'm gonna search through them individually, but just seeing them makes my head hurt. Oh, could it be that you're illiterate, Yomu-san? This is big news. It's just that there's too many. We got the same text? Yes, okay. Alright. Can I examine the format? No. No, I don't want to read that again. How did this puddle get here? Well, it probably leaked in from the roof. I mean, it had been raining for a while. Creaking floors on top of a leaking roof. I swear this house. I mean, Aki's pretty important. They should take better care of her here. Yeah, speaking of that, the rain stopped before midnight, didn't it? I recall the rain started at about 11 p.m. Yep, in other words, this puddle was formed between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. That sounds right. Okay. I mean, all we can really say from that is, I guess maybe no one used the mirror because they'd have to walk in front of us. I mean, I don't know. Aki wouldn't clean up the puddle if it's like being in the process of being made. So I'm not sure how much that means yet. Let's talk to this character. Would you be the coroner? I've never seen this man before. I've never seen a man besides Renosuke before. Greetings. My name is Hida Katsura. Sure it is. I'm the coroner in charge of this case. And you two young misses would be? Mrs.? I'm Yamu Konbaku. I'm here to investigate this case. Nice to meet you. Hida-kun, eh? You can call me Aya Shame Mother. I hope that Kita gets a cool Toho ability too. Like a cool title. He's already got his own theme song. Miss Yomu and Miss Aya, it's a pleasure to meet you. So, would you mind telling us what Miss means? Pardon me, my choice of words must have caused some confusion. This is how I address women. Why do I suddenly feel like a fish out of water? Hey, despite what impression Yomu-san may give you, she's still a young girl at heart. I guess Yoki exists, or just that it's hard to say what actually happened to him. I guess Yomu has met two men in her life then. I would never. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yomu, Miss Aya. So, Kita-kun, have you discovered anything from the body? Well, the exact time of death cannot be determined at the moment. I did make a few discoveries. Oh? What did you find? Oh. Firstly, the cause of death is a sharp instrument piercing the victim's heart. That means this is the only wound? Correct, this is the only wound. As the heart was pierced through, death should have been instantaneous. Okay. From the temperature of the body, assuming no foul play is involved, the victim was most likely killed after 11 p.m. The time of death is after 11 p.m. Yeah, this game has a lot of just whiplash, like, all over the place so far. But it's fun. Furthermore, beneath the victim, on the floor, around where the heart is, a hole with a very small diameter was found. Thus, we can conclude that the victim was indeed stabbed in the heart and died as a result. Note that there are no traces of blood in the hole. A hole in the floor beneath the victim. Recorded mysterious hole. The entire room has also been checked for spiritual residue. No traces were found. No spiritual powers have been used in this room in the past few days, this we can be certain of. Okay. That rules out spiritual powers from having anything to do with this case. So this is not a supernatural case, basically. Is that like our red truth saying, like, Yukari didn't make a gap and, like, stab her with just a knife out of thin air? I guess. Lastly, water stains were found in the victim's socks. Her socks have been stained by water? Yes, the water was concentrated at the forefoot. It was most likely caused by running. A pair of the victim's shoes were also found neatly arranged beside the bed. Most likely, they haven't gotten used since she got into bed. Sock picture. These must all be important clues. Hida-kun is amazing, giving us so many clues in one go. Let's just check to see if I can... Cool, so you can save, like, anytime. 32-6. No. Wait. Okay, usually there's a 0 there. It's fine. That's saved, right? Okay, so if you do that... Yeah, okay, yeah, it confirmed. Guess there's just only one save. How did you figure it out, Miss Yomu? Whether it's the way you dress or the way you speak, you don't seem like someone from Gensokyo at all. Good observation, Miss Yomu. It's true, I am from the outside world. Ever since I arrived in Gensokyo, I've been studying medical knowledge at Entei. I only came to the human village recently. I never thought I'd have to use the few skills I learned this soon, however. Oh, you graduated from Entei. No wonder your analysis was so meticulous. You're too kind. I didn't know they gave out diplomas there now. I thought it skipped dialogue. I was just curious if you could open it during, like, text, because I wanted to save real quick after this. By the way, what were you doing when we just got here? You were still the statue. Ah, that. I'm currently assembling logic. I love how out of place all of his poses are in this world. Logic is to gather all that we know and figure out the relation between them. That link is what we call logic. That almost sounds like magic. I assume you're here to investigate this case, Miss Yomu? I am. When necessary, you can also try assembling logic. I love that it's in quotes. That is, to consider how each clue relates to one another and figure out their cause and effect. You will see the truth even more clearly. Especially when you hit a dead end. Reorganizing your logic would be of utmost importance. Okay, this doesn't really sound like a walk in the park. I've never had to think before. Assembling logic, huh? I guess I could give it a shot, provided I have the time. Oh yeah, one more thing, Kitakun. How did you conclude that the small hole beneath Akusan has no traces of blood? Maybe it's just too dark to see? That's not possible, Ms. Aya. To tell you the truth, Ansei developed a new chemical 1 year ago. Miss Erin named it the Blood Illuminant, though I lean towards calling it Luminol myself. Blood Luminol something? What does it do? It can test for traces of blood. You could say that if a place has been stained with blood, it can be detected no matter what has been done to the place in question. That's amazing. I actually have a bottle on me right now. If you want to use it, just say the word. If you're thirsty, just say the word. I see. In all honesty though, do we really need something like that? Let me just save now and again. Okay, so I think we just have to investigate Aku herself ourselves now. Or are we not able to? Do we go? Oh, okay, I go around. Wasn't tracking fit. I just saw her this afternoon, but now she's... Whoever's behind this, I'll never forgive them. I'll never forgive them. And here we have someone who directly shouts it out. The body is facing north, covered by a blanket. Is it? I mean, I assume north is up here, right? In which case, Aki looks like she's facing south. And if north is actually the bottom of the screen, why does Yomu just happen to know the direction right now? Aki's eyes are wide open. She shouldn't have been killed in her sleep. Could she have seen something shocking before she died? A kitchen knife is embedded in her heart. That should be the murder weapon. That handprint on the handle looks really odd. I'm surprised there's a handprint on it. Odd. It's almost as if it came from a left hand. You can tell? Huh? It's like she's right. Oh, I see. Now a little closer. There's a body handprint. Okay, got it. Left-handed handprint on the murder weapon. This must mean something. Hey, what's wrong? This is the decisive evidence. What? Where? Under the blanket. Around the area under Akusan's left hand. Borichika. Okay. Dying message. Seems like she wrote a dying message to expose her killer. How should I apologize later? Yomu-san, no throwing in the towel. Eh? I'll do my best to fulfill your request. You said it yourself? I did, didn't I? Here's the question. Why did she write it upside down? If we assume Inosuke is innocent, wouldn't the existence of this message be quite strange? Yeah. If that's the case, the authenticity of this message is something that we'll have to overturn. Maybe we'll even find something that points to the true culprit. A dying message under the victim's right. Didn't you just say it was under her left hand? Didn't? I'm 99% sure they said left hand a minute ago. A dying message facing towards the front. Maybe there is something we ought to pay attention to. Okay, I'm glad it's supposed to be obvious. Speaking of which, Yomu-san. Yes? Don't you feel like the blanket covering Aku-san looks a bit off? Oh? It does, a little bit. It's a bit to the left. How strange. Maybe it's because she was moving around in bed? I mean, not everyone sleeps in the middle of their bed. It's fine, right? Like, I sleep on the right side, personally. All the time. Like, I'll flip over between my left and right side, but I'll always be on the right side of the bed. Let's just have it. That's possible. I should probably keep it in mind, though. Soda's supposed to be left. Yeah, because it definitely said left the first time. Thanks for clarifying. Okay. The body space can left covered by a blanket. Yada yada yada. This is the same step as before. Okay, so let's see. Just double checking things here. I don't think we have anything too much. But kind uncle. Oji-sana. I see. And the evidence, I think, is all pretty self-explanatory, too. Okay, is there anything else to check? Did we talk to Reimu? So you've seen it. Since the victim herself has already told us who the killer is there really need to investigate? Seriously, don't get in the way of my sleep. You're missing an of there. Don't get in the way of my sleep, alright? Go ahead and screenshot that if you want real. Give me a couple seconds. Yeah, that evidence is pretty decisive. Hey, Reimu-san, don't be so hasty. Accepting the dying message so easily. Are you moving things along a little bit too fast? Oh? What I'm getting at is, how can you be so sure the message was truly written by Aku-san? This isn't something you can fully prove, is it, Reimu-san? Do you have any proof that message wasn't written by the victim, then? According to the principle of Gensokyo, it's useless unless you have evidence to prove it. When did that get introduced? That detestable principle of Gensokyo. If it weren't for that... Hey, please wait until we wrap things up before coming to a conclusion. Seriously, you have any idea how wet it is outside? My shoes and socks are soaking wet. I'll catch a cold at this rate. I have very little tolerance for being awake this late, so pick up the pace already. Can I leave the room and go elsewhere now? No. Let's talk to people again. Oh, okay, sorry, there was new text there. What's wrong? Is it a stomachache? I'm asking just in case. Are you left-handed by any chance? How'd you figure that out? You actually are? Ryunosuke couldn't. There's a left-handed handprint on the murder weapon. Okay. Why aren't you talking? Talk about what? There's a left-handed handprint on the murder weapon, and you're left-handed. Obviously, you'd be a major suspect. So I guess Gensokyo has the same like ratio of people left to right-handed. Ryunosuke probably doesn't know that. You're right. I swear. Oh no. Oh god, what do I do? Someone must have framed me. Ryunosuke-kun? Yes. Approximately how many people know you're left-handed? Just Kaine. See, since I don't often go to places with a lot of people, only Aku-san and Kaine-san should know. Wow, how did I know? Ooh. Hey, write that down, Yomu-san. Sorry, I had a flash of inspiration. Indeed. Although, is it truly just these two? I think we've just about checked everything in this room. So, do you have any ideas, Yomu-san? Well, nothing solid. But I do have a couple ideas already. That's great. In that case, are you ready for that, Yomu-san? That? During the course of an investigation, when the opinions of two parties differ, a clash between the logic and reasoning of both parties will occur. Eh? Is that really necessary? Obviously, Reimu-san won't readily agree to anything you say. So your reasoning will have to clash with hers. Disprove the other party's arguments, so that they'll accept our reasoning instead. Well, that's true. But I have no experience with these kinds of things. Hey, in that case, I, Shame Maru, Gensoku's #1 news tengu, shall teach you, Yamu-san. So let me save. Is that because I saved? Ugh. Okay, that text was really strange. Okay, cool Danganronpa thing. Cool Danganronpa 2 showdown. In that case, Real, you have the old version uploaded to the, yeah, no, oh come on, it's clearly from Danganronpa 2. Clearly the devs are big Danganronpa 2 fans. Just so you know, I specifically downloaded from the Mega Link, not the Mediafire one. So maybe you only updated one of them or something when you put the newest version up there. Mega's usually faster, so I picked that. During a clash, the other side will give their thoughts in an organized manner. Press the down key to hear your opponent's down. Your opponent's next statement. Okay. With the same coin, press the up key to hear your opponent's last statement. Okay, so you can go up and down. Good. Okay, cool. Nice. Additionally, if you feel the need for the opponent to elaborate, you can press with the A key. Most importantly, if you find a problem in the opponent's statement, press the S key to present evidence. Okay. Let's try it right now. For example, my name is Aya Strongest Tengu. Let's press you on that first. This statement, press the S key, go to characters and... Okay, I wasn't sure if I could present characters or not, so I wanted to press first. Saying that about myself feels a bit weird. You can't always... usually you can't do characters unless they, like, specifically ask you for a character. So, Ace Attorney. I'm glad that, that Mallory ended up doing the voices for you. That's really cool that you got them done, actually. Although it's something you've... It's definitely something you'd call yourself. Your name has never been Aya's Strongest Tengu. Yep, just like that. Congrats, Yomu-san. Oh, she pushed your back like a Danganronpa too. Why does it feel like a teacher just awarded me a star? Ooh, I like the song. By pointing at the flaws in the opponent's statements, the clash will shift in our favor. Okay, everyone should be familiar with how it works now, right? Time is of the essence. Quickly defeat Reimu-san and save Inosuke-kun. Why did it make a cash register sound? I don't know. JTD was probably first. I say, are you done playing detective? Have you thought about... you're missing a how in there. Have you thought about how you're going to apologize to me? No. I believe Inosuke-kun is innocent. Sheesh. One must do what's right by the gods. If you have anything to say, spit it out already. Likewise. You're more than welcome to share that reason you're so confident in Reimu Hakare. My Rokanken, forged by yokai, the mysteries that cannot cut our nets to none, she said the line. The evidence is on the mattress. Okay, so I guess let's press and hear stuff, just for fun. I've seen it, yes. Then you should know what I'm going to say next. Yes, but how wrong? Well, actually, it's Danganronpa 2 that has these anyway, it's not Danganronpa 1. That's cool that Danganronpa was inspired by JTD then. Like, it's pretty blatantly, right? If you played Danganronpa 2, you know. I think anyone who sees this overseas would definitely assume Danganronpa 2 because JTD is basically totally unknown over here in the English-speaking community. I mean, for good reason, it's not translated, so, whoops. That's the name of the killer, written by the victim herself. So isn't the answer obvious? The victim used her dying breath to write the name of her killer, Inosuke Morichika. Wait, I thought I pressed something. Hold on. Was that message truly written by Accio? Can you prove it wasn't? If you can, show us the evidence already. Okay, so it's really short usually. I see. Well, it's still too early. Sheesh. Don't you know, the messages are right under the victim's hand. So isn't the answer obvious? No. Okay, so I guess we assume we maybe present here, since this says written by the victim herself. Present evidence. Where is it? Oh, probably just the dying message under the left hand because this wrote the wrong way. Let's try that, I guess. This can prove you wrong. Apparently not. What are you trying to say? Oh. Real. Real. It only half displayed that line. Oh, I didn't say anything at all. You're just bent on shortening my bedtime, aren't you? Yeah. Could you please stop bringing sleep into this? Imo-san, be more careful. Heck, I need to think things through before presenting. I did. Okay, do you want me to present here? The other one that says Accio wrote it? Let's right here. Rather, let's present here instead, I guess. No? Okay, hold on. There's a lot of buttons. Yeah, I know, but like... There isn't anything explicitly in the text that says, oh, this is written upside down. So I'm not actually sure what to present. Hold on. We read through the actual evidence text. There should be something in the text, usually. Oh, well. How about the instantaneous death? Also pretty good. We can use that, too. I mean, both are good evidence. Obviously, she didn't write it upside down. Who would do that? But you don't get the option to get that one. Let me get this straight. You're saying Accio used her last moments to write that message? Well, duh. Is there a problem with that? Of course there is. This is the autopsy report. It clearly states, the victim's death was instantaneous. Say what? Accio died the very moment she was attacked. How could she have written anything? This can only mean Accio did not write that message. Reading F. Tried to present different logic. Was trying for the secret Danganronpa B3 route. The victim could have never written the message. Therefore, it must have been deliberately written by the killer. Well said. I agree completely. How about that, Hakurei Shrine Maiden? Let me get this out of the way first. The victim's death was instantaneous. Who told you that? The coroner, of course. Coroner! Is something the matter, Miss Raymond? Tell me, why was the victim's death instant? As the heart was pierced through, under normal circumstances, death should be instantaneous. Under normal circumstances? When the heart is stabbed and the weapon is immediately pulled out... It wasn't pulled out. It's still in there. Sheesh, you sure are one disappointment of a coroner. One must do what's right by the gods. Don't you know common sense? Even if the heart was stabbed, as long as the weapon isn't pulled out, a person would not lose a large amount of blood. Meaning, a person could still live for a short amount of time. Did the coroner mess up? Did he literally graduate Mente, come in here and try to flex and immediately tell us lies? Indeed, if it truly were such a case, then the person could survive for a brief period of time. And of course, the murder weapon has always been right there in the victim's chest, no? No way. You two, half-baked ghost. Learn some common sense. You'll embarrass yourself otherwise. In what world is that common sense? Heh, some Wanby missing an A. Like you would never compare to her. Eh. Alright, now that we made a new discovery, let's update the autopsy report. Since the victim could still live for a short amount of time, She totally had the time to write that message. No doubt, the one who wrote that message is the victim. Therefore, Renosuke Monochika is the killer. Alright, let's try pressing everything. Because this isn't really like anything new compared to what we had before. I still don't get it. Sheesh, listen up, you. Even if the heart was pierced through, as long as the weapon wasn't pulled out immediately, the victim could still live for a short time. And even now, the weapon is still embedded in the victim's heart, no? Okay, next. Could have been written by the killer. The killer wanted to free Renosuke, couldn't, so... Seriously, it takes more than conjectures to solve a case. Have you any proof that the message was written by the killer? Well... I'm in a hurry to get back to bed, so don't waste my time with wild guesses. That's not certain. It's certain. Absolutely not. It absolutely is. I say it's... Stop acting like a kid. Shut the hell up, says the pot to the kettle. Therefore, Renosuke Monochika is the killer. What? Throwing the towel already? I'm not too knowledgeable in medicine. I don't think I can refute her on that. Then, where do I strike? Yomu-san. Yeah? What were you and Kidoji-san talking about? I asked him for some advice regarding clashes. Want to hear? Forget it. He just threw me under the bus. Don't be like that. It won't hurt to listen. Alright, the trick is to think reverse. Reverse? Flip the chessboard around. If you can't break through from an angle, reverse your thought process and break through from another angle. Instead of, did the victim write this message, think, could such a message be written by the victim? Could such a message be written by the victim? A message facing towards the front, towards the reader. Indeed, that's worth thinking about. Now look, I tried to present this before, and there isn't anything new here in terms of, like, text. Okay, so, again, like last time, all this statement that Reimu says here is, Aki wrote it, Aki wrote it, Aki wrote it. All three of the ones I've seen have said that. So now you're telling me, with Ace Attorney logic, I can present the message, and Yomu's gonna talk about it. Right? Alright. Good job, you pieced it the fuck together. God. Ace Attorney games are like this sometimes. It's a thing in, like, the actual games, too, sometimes. I can't believe you missed this, Hakurei Shrine Maiden. Spit it out. Don't just stand there with a conceited look on your face. Can't you see? This message contains a glaring contradiction. This message was written towards the front. It feels like they really did, yeah. But can't you see? Aki was lying in the bed. She should have written this in a backhanded position. So the message should actually look like this. Ooh, I like that there's a variant for it. What? Disprove the message entirely. If the victim did write the message while lying in the bed, is this written on her sheet, by the way, or on paper? I think it's just on a sheet, right? Like her bed sheet. I believe so. Good thing she has white bed sheets, otherwise this wouldn't work very well. Then from our perspective, the message should be upside down. Well, bad thing for Aku actually, because this was written by someone else. I'm completely lost, Yomu-san. So why is the message like that? Message is missing an S. The message faces away from the victim and towards us. Meaning, the message was never written by the victim. So, who wrote it then? That would be the killer, attempting to shift the blame onto Renosuke-kun by leaving behind fake evidence. This decisive evidence of yours has just proven Renosuke-kun's innocence. Well said, I agree completely. Can you do anything besides agree? Ugh, I knew you were trying to cut my bedtime short. Just go home, go to bed, and we'll figure this out. Go away. Can you do anything besides sleep? Since it's come to this, I'll have to use the other decisive evidence as proof. What? The what? I never said there was only one piece of decisive evidence, did I? Besides, even you're not stupid enough to have missed it. It's also on the body. Or, well, on the murder weapon. The left handprints then. Don't tell me it's the body handprint. I had a feeling this was coming. Why is the handprint bloody in the first place? Like, it's clearly planted because, okay, let's say I stab you. I'm not gonna get Okay, so imagine this cat brush is a knife. If I get blood on me, it's gonna be like here, or it's gonna like splatter onto me. It's not gonna be on the inside of my hand that's already covered. You know, like it's not gonna be here. It can't just warp inside my hand. So I feel like I expect more from Touhou characters. They are incredibly stupid here. Reimu is just like getting baited so easily here. Crap. Now what do I do? Take another look at the handprint, Yellow-san. Maybe there's a very important clue hiding within it. Moreover, if you think about it in reverse, isn't this the last decisive evidence left on the body? That would mean this is the last reason Reimu-san has to respect Ryunosuke-kun. Did I read that wrong, or did that say respect instead of suspect? I read that wrong, right? Was that an actual typo? I'm not sure. In other words, this is the final battle. She's going to lose her last shred of respect for Inosuke. I read it wrong. Okay, good. I just need to prove myself one last time. Ryunosuke-kun's innocence is a foregone conclusion. Alright, let's start by pressing. Well, actually, let's read through first. On the knife's handle was a left-handed handprint. I heard a conversation with the suspect. He's left-handed, isn't he? Clearly it was him who left this handprint. Under the cover of night, he snuck up on the sleeping victim, and bam, blood everywhere. That's how the handprint got on there. Alright, this handprint is suspicious. Oh, how so? There's not a speck of blood near the body, yet there's an obvious handprint on the knife. It's as if someone wanted it to be seen. Intentional or not, the fact remains. Actually, just brushed it off. I need you to defeat her with solid evidence. I had a conversation with the suspect. He's left-handed, isn't he? You eavesdropped. Eavesdrop? I'm the one who let you investigate in the first place. What's wrong with listening in? Also, it's a pretty small room. Like, we weren't whispering. Besides, it was right there. I'd have heard it even if I didn't want to. As far as Ryunosuke-kun being left-handed goes, he's already admitted as much himself. Clearly, it was him who left this handprint. That's not certain. It's certain. Absolutely not. It absolutely is. I say it's... Stop acting like a kid should help. Why am I feeling a weird sense of deja vu? Under the cover of night, stuck on the sleeping victim. That kitchen knife. Is there a problem? That kitchen knife. A bloody handprint stains its handle. Besides that, only the tip is stained with blood. Something doesn't add up. And bam, blood everywhere. That's how the handprint got on there. The handprint was made when blood splashed the killer? Obviously, where else could the blood have come from? Wait a moment. The handprint was made when blood splashed the killer. Something's not right here. Just what? Okay, so where do you actually want me to, like, present here? Let me just look through everything. There's the hole, but that's in the floor underneath the victim's heart, so I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Can we present the fact that, the knife is still in there? Probably not. Yeah, but that doesn't seem to be the case unless it got stabbed back in afterwards, which it could have been. Let's see. I'm not sure what they actually want me to present here. Oh, I don't think that's relevant yet. I can cancel, right? Yeah, good. Okay. Good that it lets you cancel. But it seems like they want me to present at the very end regarding the blood being everywhere, probably. So this is probably the right place, at least. Let me just look through here. I mean, I'm assuming the game was well written and the, like, evidence... Sorry, the part of the evidence that matters here is written in the text or shown in the image, and not something you have to just remember from another scene. I'm assuming it's well written like that. So we should have what we need in here. So how can we basically say, no, Reimu, there isn't stuff everywhere? The only thing related to, like, traces of blood really is this, but that's in the floor, underneath the bed, or futon, or whatever it is she's sleeping on. It's probably a futon, actually, isn't it? But that doesn't really matter yet. We haven't brought up any kind of possibility or something about Aki, like, laying on her stomach and getting stabbed from beneath or anything funny like that yet. So I don't know what they actually want presented here. I guess maybe just the knife, the fact that there's only blood on the tip and only blood on the handle. Maybe that's what we want here. That's the best thing I can think of. So I think I'll try that. Okay, looks like that was correct. Finally, I found the last contradiction in your statement. What are you trying to say? This is the handprint on the murder weapon. Can't you see? It contains a glaring contradiction. What contradiction? You're kidding. This handprint is made of blood. But isn't that strange? What? Normally, handprints caused by splashing blood should appear spots with no blood. Yeah, see, exactly. Because if you have a hand holding the handle and blood splashes onto it, the hand would obstruct it. Reimu's mind has been blown. I guess maybe murder mysteries aren't really very widespread in Gensokyo. I don't know. Maybe people don't know a lot of this knowledge. Unless it's like someone who reads books like The Unfortunate Victim. That's right. In that case, the area with no blood would be where the hand was. That's what you'd really call a bloody handprint. And yet, only the middle of the handle is stained with blood, while the rest of it is completely clean. This can only be fake evidence planted by the true killer. What do you say to that, Reimu Hakude? I say I'm going home and go to sleep. You solve this. Do it yourself. You don't have my help anymore. You be the detective. Well said. I couldn't agree more. Good going, Yomo-san. Ryunosuke-kun has been cleared of all blame. So it seems, at this stage, Reimu Hakude, what grounds do you have left to arrest Ryunosuke-kun? I swear to God. Are you that bent on taking my precious bedtime away from me? After all of that, your goal is still to get back into bed. Take responsibility. Huh? One must do what's right by the gods. Now that we've reached this point, tell me, who is the true killer? You can do it right, Yomo-san. I suppose there is one person. Oh? Spit it out then. Who is this person? You can do it right, Yomo-san. Well, whether it's the upside-down message or the illegible handprint, it's all fake evidence planted by the true killer. To look at it another way, whoever planted the fake evidence is undoubtedly the true killer. So the key to this would be, who planted the fake evidence? Or rather, who could have planted the fake evidence? Look, I already know. Come on. I know where it's going. Out with it. Who is the true killer? The true killer can be found within this evidence. Oh, you want me to give evidence? Okay, here. Here you go. What? That's not what I hit. I hit Ryunosuke's evidence. I hit space there. Was that okay? It might be fine. I'm not sure. This is the left-handed handprint the true killer left behind. I guess it's just showing the knife. Yeah, there's proof pointing to the true killer on it. The keyword here is left-handed. For the message the killer left behind, we can be certain the person they were trying to frame is Ryunosuke-kun. In that case, this on left hand is also part of the killer's plan. I guess otherwise it would have been like throwaway text, huh? Like, take this. What is this? In that case, the true killer must be someone who knows Ryunosuke-kun is left-handed. According to Ryunosuke-kun, the only people who knows he's left-handed are Hideno Akyu and Kane Kamishiro-sama. That's right. Kane Kamishiro-sama, the true killer is you. Yeah? Ay. Huh? Can someone fill me in? Are you serious? Reimu's about as slow on the uptake, honestly. In fact, from the start, something's been bugging me. The report was made at 11:50 p.m., yet the discovery of the body was made at 11:30 p.m. This 20-minute gap is odd no matter how you look at it. But there is one logical explanation. After murdering the victim, you used those 20 minutes to tamper with the scene. What do you have to say for yourself? Kane Kamishiro-sama. So, can someone explain? You can go home. You can go home, Ryunosuke. Getting this guy up to speed sure takes a lot of effort. I say, pointing fingers based on mere conjectures is very bad manners. These aren't conjectures. The killer is someone who knows Ryunosuke-kun is left-handed. There's no denying it. And among the two that know, one has already died, which leaves us with a true killer. Oh. She's objecting. Yomo Kanpaku, accusing someone without first hearing them out. You truly have no notion of manners. I mean, she is right, but Reimu did insist that we pin the blame on someone, so... not really Yomo's fault. What are you getting at? First of all, I must apologize to Morichika-kun. Me? Me? My deepest apologies. As a teacher in charge of the next generation, I did something that was of utmost rudeness. I had once divulged that you were left-handed. Oh. Wait, what do you... Please do not interrupt when others are talking. You know, I don't know if I've ever seen someone play that card before, actually, in Ace Attorney. Has that ever been used to, like, get out of the fact that someone knows something they shouldn't? Rather, that nobody else knows that thing. Have they ever just said, oh, I just told everyone. I'm very sorry, Morichika-kun. I told Yomu. Oh, come on, you could have used this pin on a specific person, Kane. Wouldn't funny. A few days ago, while chatting with others, I accidentally mentioned that you were left-handed. Just pick someone that Reimu doesn't like. And you might be able to just get away with this. I have Juniper up here on the desk, by the way. That's why you see me reaching my arm up here. She's just soft. Please accept my deepest apologies. It's fine, as long as you learn from your mistake. Don't just accept it like that. And you were so close to Half-Baked Ghost. Since the handprint can't prove Kane's guilt, then there's no other way. As per the principle of Gensokyo, the person who is most suspicious shall be taken away. So as it stands, I can only arrest the most suspicious person, Ryunosuke Morichika. Why is he still suspicious at all? Kane was the one who was here, like, in the middle of the night and has this 20-minute unexplained gap. How is she not the new most suspicious person? How could this happen? Yomo-san, hurry up and think of something. Damn. If I agree with her here, I won't be able to save Ryunosuke-kun. Kane Kamishiro-sawa, I have some questions regarding your testimony. As I thought. What? A dying dog tends to bite. That's what I mean. Yikes. Regardless, I can't let you go without thoroughly understanding your testimony. If you refuse, that would at least prove you feel guilty. Even a dog on the verge of death can be quite the bothersome thing. Very well, I accept. However, if you can't find anything of substance, promise you'll shut your trap and leave this place post-haste. Yomu-san. Ugh, talk about an uphill battle. When we came in here, Kane was just like staring at the corner at like Aku's dresser. She's so suspicious. If I fail here, I won't be getting any second chances. No matter what, I will prevail. Other cat. I am very sorry about what I did to Morichika-kun. It's like she's getting aggressive and desperate now that she's backed into the corner, I think. I've never heard the expression either, but it made sense hearing it. I like it actually, sounds good. Is that a Chinese expression? Or is that just an English one I've never heard before? I think it works well. Yeah, man, it sounds very legit. I like it. I'll use that if I can at one point, honestly. On one occasion, I accidentally divulged the fact that he is left-handed. As I said it in public, I cannot remember who could have possibly heard it. Therefore, as I'm not the only one who knows Morichika-kun is left-handed, I am not the prime suspect. Now let's press. Of course you're sorry. You tried to frame... How rude, Yomo Kanpaku. Jumping to conclusions without giving others a chance to explain. Why don't you shut up and learn what manners are? Irk. Yomo-san, stay calm. Tch. On one occasion, I accidentally divulged the fact that he is left-handed. Where? To whom? My apologies, I cannot remember. What? After all, I am a teacher. I have to prepare lessons, give talks, many things require my attention. Even people I talked to a few days ago, their faces have already become a blur. Even so, you'd at least remember what kind of person they are. Well, regarding that, as I said it in public, I cannot remember who could have possibly heard it. In public? Yes, we teachers would often head to tea houses to chat and drink some tea. I was a bit tired back then, so I accidentally gave away information about Morichika-kun. Don't you feel guilty for doing such a thing? I mean, it's not really like private info. Oh, I know this guy, he's left-handed. I feel very guilty, in fact. I always have been. I sincerely apologized to him just now. If you have a problem with that, you may do whatever you wish after you shut up and leave. Can I come back in and start yelling again? Act. Even if someone heard it, it's not like they'd commit it to memory. And what proof do you have? Well, moreover, the half-human shopkeeper being left-handed, while not shocking, can still be considered minor gossip. Maybe someone even wrote it down and spread it around. I don't think anyone would. There's some with nothing better to do with their lives than to spread gossip in newspapers all day. Why are you looking at me? Aya, don't tell me you. Of course not. You want to speak, Kane-san. Did you really tell anyone that? I most certainly did. She's really not trying to hide it, huh? This might mean she's using her reputation to get her off the hook. If I could just find a contradiction. Yeah, I figured there wasn't really anything to present there, so that was just to press everything in place. It's over. I can't find any contradictions at all. It's so over. It would seem this incident has come to a close, Yomo Kanpaku. Damn it. Proving whether or not someone has said something is simply not possible. Yomu-san. Ah, not like this. Not like this. Sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't. You can't be serious, right? I said no giving up. Yomu-san, you know, you have all the same information that we do. We're not a detective. We just help people with whatever they want help with. You should be just as intelligent as me. It's already over. Well, guess we have a verdict. Sheesh, I thought things were going to get troublesome. No way, this isn't happening, is it? Since there aren't any more objections, I have no need to drag this on any longer. Hang on. Yomu-san, are you really giving up? You can't. Otherwise, Renousk-kun will be taken away. Not Renousk-kun. He's my second favorite character. There won't be any characters left named Renousk-kun once he's gone. Oh no. But what are options? All out. How could that be? You're our only hope, Yomu-san. You have to think of something. I really can't. What are you saying? Alright, now it's going to Chika. You're going with me. Huh? Why? You'll pay for your crimes against Gensokyo.
Objection.
Who on earth? He's like right next to us. Kiroji-san. He's also the only guy in the room besides Ryunosuke, so I think we could probably narrow it down. Miss Reimu, Miss Kane, regarding the previous matter. Oh shit. I have an objection. Cut the crap. How dare a coroner get in my way? Coroner or not, the truth matters above all else. Miss Yomu, do you intend to give up on your client's innocence? I don't. But my client is actually... I just love how out of place he is here. That is so, Miss Yomu. One must believe in their client. Only then will the case be resolved and the truth uncovered for all to see. The truth. Your questioning is not yet ended, Miss Kane. You little... Why won't you damn cockroaches just give up already? In your previous testimony, it only proved that you once told others that Mr. Modichika is left-handed. However, you still have not proved that you were not the killer. I'm not the only person who knew Modichika is left-handed. Is that not enough? No, that is not enough. It is not. Within the crime scene, there still lies a piece of evidence that proves you were the one who tampered with it. What? You know what I'm referring to, don't you, Miss Yomu? What? When Miss Kane tampered with the scene to frame Mr. Modichika, she left behind a piece of evidence. She intended it to shift blame onto Mr. Modichika, but inadvertently, it also gave us a clue. What could it be? A habit of Miss Kane's in regards to Mr. Modichika. This habit is the reason that the smoking gun she used to frame Mr. Morichika is also pointing right back at her. Habit? Please think carefully. A habit of Kane's proof she tampered with the scene? She greeted Aku when she entered? Wait a minute. I must apologize to Morichika-kun. I'm very sorry, Morichika-kun. Could it be? This is the evidence that Kane tampered with the scene. I actually don't know where she's going with this. At all. Oh, the fact that she calls him, Morichika and everyone else just calls him Ryunosuke. It's probably this. I think I got it. I see. Huh? Yama-san, have you come up with something? I owe you one, Kidoji-san. Heh, it would seem you're one step closer to the truth. On the dying message, the word Morichika is written. Now isn't this strange? Huh? What's so strange about it? I call him Ryunosuke-kun. Oh, I get why the fact that he's the only Ryunosuke in Gensokyo comes up. You can't even say, like, she was gonna write last name then first name, because there'd be no point writing the last name if he's the only one with the first name. I call him Ryunosuke-kun. This is how you usually address him. Ryuma Hakata uses his full name, Ryunosuke Morichika. These should be the most common ways to address him. Isn't that right? So what if it is? In that case, why did the killer specifically write Morichika and not Ryunosuke? What? Kane, I've noticed that you address Ryunosuke-kun in a most unusual way. Morichika-kun. What are you getting at? If we assume the killer was thinking of framing Ryunosuke-kun, then they should have written Ryunosuke. And yet, the fake message uses Morichika. This can only mean that the killer was actually thinking of framing Morichika-kun, which is something that only you would think about it. Maybe the killer thought Ryunosuke might mislead people to think he was someone else? That's not possible. Ryunosuke-kun said it himself. I was listening. Otherwise, there won't be anyone called Ryunosuke left in Gensokyo. He's the only person in Gensokyo with that name, though the culprit wouldn't have considered this at all. In other words, only someone who calls him Morichika-kun, someone like you, would think of using that to frame him. This is preposterous. There are many others who call him Morichika-kun. Like? Go ahead. We're waiting. Do you have any proof that I'm the only one? The one who needs proof is you. No matter how far-fetched this is, as long as you can't prove other people also call him Morichika-kun. According to the principal of Gensokyo, you were the prime suspect. Yeah. Judging from her reaction, I'd wager she really is the only one who calls him that. Good, let's press the attack. Kane, it was you, wasn't it? You killed Hieda no Aku and tried to frame Ryunosuke-kun. What utter nonsense. Bastards, all of you! Whoa, language. You ill-bred, illiterate cretin! The likes of you think you can question me? We have sufficient evidence. If you wish to refute it, be my guest. You know we're not done yet because we still have, like, the water stain and the shoe rack and all that. How dare you accuse me with no evidence? Let's actually press as we go. Right now, you're the prime suspect. Based on what? Some stupid nickname? Some nickname can't be considered evidence. What if it was just the killer's whims? That doesn't seem very likely. I'm afraid no one would be this careless when committing murder. That's not certain either. Were the fake message and weapon seen through in an instant? That's true. I mean, yeah, like, a criminal isn't necessarily good at their job. There is this one really funny episode of Detective Conan, where Conan is, like, overthinking things and trying to come up with a really complex plot through the episode. But at the end, it turned out the culprit was actually just a total fucking bumbling idiot and messed everything up. And Conan, like, went down the entirely wrong path because he assumed he was a genius like every other Conan culprit is. This doesn't sound like it sticks out this much, but trust me, this is like the only episode where this happens. And it was like drawn big attention to. In the Conan universe, unless you're like legitimately like... God, what was it even? There's this really stupid episode where Conan is watching a tennis match. and one of the players starts missing a bunch of shots. It's like, huh, there must be something going on here. And he figures out that like the way they're missing the shots is like code based on which corner of the court they shoot into. And he figures out that they're like saying, I'm being threatened or something like that. It's so ridiculous. Conan is so stupid. It's a really entertaining show, but my god, is it so stupid. The fake message, the fake knife, none of them have jack to do with me. Wow, language, Kenny. The fake message weapon? Weren't you the ones who knew they were fake? Indeed. This is the culprit's fake message. This is the culprit's fake handprint. It's as if... I mean, the weapon isn't necessarily fake. We don't know that. She's calling it that, though. I feel like she's revealing more than she should be here. And not a single one of you lowlifes have proof that I'm the killer. Conversely, what proof do you have that you're innocent? So what if I don't? Are you saying everyone in Gensokyo is the culprit if they don't have proof? Well, you're the desperate cockroaches that need proof. Guess I'll need to show hard evidence. I'm just an innocent witness, and this farce already. Witness? Is that all there is to it? Yes, an experienced educator like me would never commit murder. So you're saying you'd frame someone for murder? Oh, look at that face. Bastard, I've had enough of your crap. You're talking to a teacher. Watch your damn mouth. I'm not sure your students would want you to be their teacher if they saw you like this. You were bad-mouthing me just now, weren't you? She can read minds? Your rudeness is written all over your ugly face. Between me and a vulgar half-beast, who's the rude one? Also, you better not be bad-mouthing my race. Maybe I need to work on my poker face. Okay, so I guess we want to go here, and maybe... What do we even want to present? Like, I think this is getting the fact that the knife isn't the actual weapon. She, like, let that slip. If it wasn't obvious, because of the lack of blood and all that. It seems like it was probably stabbed in afterwards. So do we maybe just present the whole and, like, imply that maybe there was another weapon? I feel like that's skipping a few steps. But again, I'm not sure, like, how much... I can trust the game's, like, designed to be, like, totally flawless and that kind of stuff. So I feel like maybe I do need to present that. Also, I feel like we can't trust jack shit about the autopsy report anymore. He's probably just totally wrong about everything. But there's no blood here, so I don't know. We still don't know exactly what that really means. Do we just show the knife again and say, hey, there's not much blood on this? I'm actually not really sure what it wants us to present here. Let me just double check, like, I think this is the only message that really has, like, any significance here. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is something. This is nothing. This is nothing. It's literally just 4 nothing statements in this one here. Didn't even know you could game over. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just try, the whole... They probably don't want me to present the knife again, right? Like, I'd just be reiterating, like, the last point that Yomu made, so... Yeah, it's okay, I appreciate not backseating. If I really want an answer, I'll ask directly for one and I'll make it clear. I appreciate that, thank you. Oh yeah, let's try it. No, apparently not. I presented nonsense. Alright. Let's try the knife after all, then. Oh. Too many buttons, too many buttons. Okay, it is the knife, then. Alright. You're digging your own grave. What the hell are you saying? You just said the fake message, the fake weapon. Let me ask you. Is this knife truly a fake murder weapon? We never once brought up whether or not the weapon was fake. Yet you, someone who didn't participate in the investigation, just casually revealed this fact. There can only be one reason. You were the one who planted this fake knife. What do you say to that, Kane Kamishiro-sawa? I say rating success. You found my contradiction. Huh? What's going on? Wait, why use X? Oh, right. I have space. I have to like switch my brain between like using downed X and space and X when I go from Clash to regular text. Kane Kamishita-sawa, you unintentionally let something slip. This kitchen knife is not the true murder weapon. And if you could reveal something like that so casually, it undeniably proves that you are the killer. Nonsense. Nonsense. It was just a slip of the tongue. Shut your damn mouth. I have evidence to prove that this kitchen knife truly isn't the murder weapon. What? Huh? For real? This kitchen knife contradicts a certain piece of evidence. If this kitchen knife truly was the murder weapon, it would not look the way it does. From this evidence, we can gather that the murder weapon is definitely not this knife. Oh my god. Now what do you want me to present? The knife again? Probably not, right? Socks? I don't think we need to present the socks. And we have a bloodstain over here. Do you want me to present that? Probably not. I mean, that could have come off of anything. And obviously didn't come off the knife, because the knife is there. I don't even know what you want me to present, actually, to be honest. Oops. Yeah, I wanted to see what this says. Okay. Okay. Present knife again, maybe? Yeah, I had like cancel there. And it was weird. I'm not even sure what it exactly did. Hold on. I think that's probably wrong, right? Yeah, okay. I will save the game. Okay. Maybe it's the hole after all? There's no blood though. No, it's not the hole. I think we're too early to introduce the hole. Yeah, stay calm. I'm just trying to think of like the blood here. That's all we really have, honestly. Autopsy reports. I still don't know how much we could even place faith in this. It didn't even get updated to like be correct. This is still just factually wrong information. The blood stain? I'm sorry, I'm just totally not following what they want me to get here, actually. I don't see anything that points towards something else directly. But yet, really? Yeah, down is like advance. I know, right? So it's a little bit weird. It makes sense. I think, in a sense, it's intuitive, because you use left and right in Ace Attorney to go with the testimony back and forth. So I can see where they got it from, for sure. It's like a combination of JTT's screen and Ace Attorney's screen. Which I think works fine. Drink some luminol together. I didn't try the autopsy report yet, right? Okay. So it is the autopsy report. It's the bullshit autopsy report that didn't get updated and is probably still completely wrong. According to the autopsy report, the victim's heart was completely pierced. Don't you see? Yeah. So she stabbed from underneath, and you're telling me Gregory didn't find that? He didn't find a second hole in the heart, like a hole in her back? But even though he didn't find that, even though we got the instant death wrong, we're supposed to believe that he was correct, that the heart was fully pierced, or whatever. I feel like he's a very unreliable coroner so far. Well, the thing is, if this is like, oh, a spear from beneath stabbed her or something went all the way through the heart, then the spear would be pulled out. Where's the blood? There's no blood down there. He luminol tested it and there's no blood. So I'm kind of confused. And you're telling me it's this knife with a bit of blood at its tip? Impossible. You were deep in thought and took no part in the autopsy of the body. Therefore, the only way you could have known that the kitchen knife isn't the true murder weapon is if you were the one who put it there in the first place. It might make sense in a bit. We'll see. There's nowhere to run. Confess, Kane Kamishita-sawa. She's doing the Ace Attorney thing. Is she, like, rattling Kane's dresser? Is that what that noise was? We did it! Kane's had an emotional breakdown in the corner! We did it, guys! There's no need to explain. No, please explain. We need more. Oh, actually. It was you. You killed Hieda and then attempted to shift the blame onto Inosuke-kun. No, I wouldn't. I didn't. Yeesh, that took an unexpected turn. I'd like to go back to bed now, please. Can you think of anything that's not sleeping? Well, at least this case is closed now. The culprit is Kane Kamishita-sawa. Yeah. It was her who tampered with the scene. We can only assume she's the killer. That sounds reasonable. Alright, now it's your turn to come with me. It wasn't me. She's still not giving up, huh? Resisting is useless, even if I could fall asleep at any moment. You know how persuasive my needles are, right? Good one. One must do what's right by the gods. Alright, come with me. You're going to be facing the judgment of the gods. What? I have an objection. What is it now? Are you trying to piss me off? As Miss Kane's mind is currently in disarray, please allow me to speak on her behalf. It's true, she tampered with the crime scene for the purposes of diverting suspicion away from herself. Isn't someone who would do that obviously a killer? Well, she did do something she shouldn't have. She is not the killer. Why do you know this? She's only a witness. That's... Can it already? I'm the one in charge of this case. A coroner should just stay quiet. This is getting more and more confusing. Perhaps you do possess more authority. However, as long as the truth remains hidden, this incident will never come to a conclusion. Who are you? How dare you? Tell us the truth, Miss Kane. You may yet clear your name. That's right. I'm not the murderer. Okay. With the second intervention of Kidoji-san, the case once again took an unexpected turn. Just what could the truth be? Save the game? Yeah. I hit no by mistake, I think. No, I hit X. Is X cancel there? Damn it, X is... This game's controls suck. They're terrible. X is cancel, but it's also the button I have to use to advance the text to the end of the box, because if I hit the confirm button, it skips the whole box. Ugh. For the specifics, it's best if Miss Kane tells us herself. Okay, I'm gonna go get a coffee. I'll be right back. Quick bathroom break as well. Let's see, I minimize some stuff here. Here we go. Alright. I'll be right back. Boo. Okay. Not even an hour and 45 minutes. I'll go on for a bit more. Maybe, but I don't want it to be super long because I do plan on streaming a second game today too. But I'll go on for at least a bit longer, and if it feels like it'll wrap up soon, maybe I'll finish the case. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll do at least a little bit. I actually, yesterday at 11, objection. Stop. I'm not wasting any more time on this. You have any idea how long it takes to get here from the shrine? At least 10 minutes, even if I fly. If this drags on, I'm not sure when I get back to that shrine. When I get back to the shrine. Am I in pace with Dylan's pace so far? I might even sleep until the very next day. How much is left in, like, this second half? I see. There really is no helping the person in charge of this case. I don't care. As the person in charge of this case, I order all of you to stop. Save your breath, Miss Rainbow. If you don't wish to become a suspect, that is. Ms. Kane, please continue. Why is his head so much bigger than everyone else's? Yes. At 11:30 p.m., at Ecky's request, I arrived at her house. I put away my shoes, and made my way towards the bedroom. There's no floor creaks that winds up. It was at that moment. The door suddenly swung open. Aki came running out. I was perplexed, but it was in that instant. She was stabbed by someone behind her. What? Something sharp pierced Aki's heart and was immediately pulled out. Aki dropped to the floor. I instinctually went to help her. In that moment, a figure flew past me, quickly filling the scene. I stood there for a long time, shocked. I wanted to get help, but I realized visiting Aki so late at night, I'd definitely become a suspect. So I went into the scene. Wow, Kane. What exactly did you do? I put the body onto the mattress, planted the knife in her heart, left the message, fixed the candle, and got rid of the bloodstains. That's all. What do you mean, that's all? You set up an entire fake crime scene. Fixed the candle. When I went in, I realized the candle had fallen to the ground, and a small piece was also missing. I put it back, just in case. Ironically, that was the one thing we didn't discover. The hole in the blanket also didn't line up with Aki's heart, so I moved it a bit to make it seem like the knife had killed her. Huh? There's already a hole in the blanket? Yes, the wound on Aki's heart had the same shape, but they don't line up at all. How strange. Since it was the same size, it was definitely caused by the killer. But why would it not line up with her heart? Did the killer miss? Afterwards, I went to report the crime. I put in my shoes and went outside to get help, returning with the Hakurai Shrine Maiden and Kira Katsura-kun. You know the rest. That's everything I did. You also call us cockroaches. Although some questions have been cleared up, even bigger questions have arisen. Is she really not just denying responsibility? What do you think, Miss Yomu? Huh? Oh, it could be true, but I mean, you guys don't seriously believe this is such a blatantly made-up story, do you? She's just denying responsibility. No point in trusting her. One must do what's right by the gods. As I think about it, why would Asuke-kun out of all the people you could have framed, Kane-san? Well, logically, you shouldn't have had any reason to suspect Asuke-kun at the time. Yeah, how do you explain that? Due in lateness, Miss Kane. Everything happened so fast, I didn't have the time to think. I saw something I once saw at Morichika-kun's, something at Asuke-kun's? Huh? It's that on the table, under the scroll. Ah, the weird icon. Kane-san, do you mean this? Yes, that's it. The DO6 incident, but that's... I caught a glimpse of it in the past. Morichika-kun was completely engrossed in the image according to him. Inosuke Morichika. This picture. It does seem familiar. Ah, I remember now. Right, Aku showed me that picture before. Aku did? Speaking of, Aku-san did play a part in that case too. You know, Aku even personally came looking for me. About a few months ago, Aku brought a piece of paper with that picture drawn on it. She wanted to know what it was. I didn't really understand, but I could immediately tell what its name was. Which is probably why Aku paid me a visit anyways. Then, what on earth is the picture? Well, I'm not sure either. What? I saw two names. Two names? Uh-huh. When I saw that picture, the words sigil and symbol appeared in my mind. A sigil and a symbol. It was too confusing, so in the end I couldn't be of much help to Aku either. But I traced a copy before Aku left. I mean, it did catch my interest. Then, for a while, I spent my time researching this picture. I wanted to get to the bottom of this sigil/symbol. But I soon got bored of it. What can I say? Some things in the world will always remain a mystery, I guess. Kane likely chanced upon me while I was looking into it. A sigil and a symbol. Yet no Aku. What exactly were you... Okay, that was a really big tangent. The current topic is whether Kane Kamoshida-sama is telling the truth. All that had nothing to do with the discussion. That's true, but hasn't this gone on for long enough? You still don't have any evidence that Kane isn't lying. See, she's just trying to deny responsibility in the end. Well, it should be apparent to you, Miss Yomu. Oh? In Miss Kane's testimony, she described Miss Aku being killed in the doorway. You should have evidence that is able to prove this. Speaking of the doorway, that's been bugging me for a while now. Yes, I think I do. No, little bloodstain. Oh? What evidence do you have to prove that the victim was killed at the doorway? A puddle. Please turn your attention to the door. There lies a drop of blood which has been wiped. According to Kane, the true killer stabbed the victim at the doorway and immediately pulled out the weapon. That should have left a big pool of blood. I assume you got rid of it, Kane? I did. I wanted to make it look like Monichika couldn't kill Aku in his sleep, so I got rid of all the blood. Some of it refused to disappear, though. They should have, like, put a welcome mat or something there. Oh, why didn't you say that? You know, a welcome mat in your bedroom. That's a perfectly normal thing. Maybe in Gensokyo. Oh, why didn't you say so? Actually, I have something that's able to completely get rid of bloodstains. I'm really sure this guy can run around without supervision. So, what Kane-san said should be the truth. Yes, it's plausible. Hey, I'm still wide awake, you know. I think you're better off asleep. Everything just now is speculation. Do you have any proof that she isn't just trying to get off scot-free? That bloodstain is proof. Oh wow, when did that get there, I wonder? Maybe she killed the victim and some blood flew there. Then she accidentally stepped on it. Well, one must do what's right by the gods. I have no interest in a wild goose chase. You understand that, right? Then tell us what you think. Exactly what I was going to do. We get no choice. This is just a lie she made up to escape responsibility. How are you so sure? Right, controls. Isn't it obvious? Her crimes were exposed, so now she's trying to become a tainted witness. Is that a term? But her testimony lines up with the bloodstain at the door. Oh, that. That speck of blood? Who knows if it was left behind when she committed the murder? The bloodstain proves the victim was killed at the doorway. Maybe she stepped in it by accident out of the murder. Or maybe I stepped in it. You did? I don't know, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who knows? The murder occurred at the doorway. This shouldn't be wrong. Is there any other evidence that can prove this? Speaking of, didn't she say the victim was being pursued by the killer? The victim was being pursued? No? The door swung out, came running out, stabbed her behind, recounted almost as if it were real. I'd say it is real. Aki was running from the killer, which means the killer must have been chasing Aki for a short while. If I can prove that. The way I see it, the victim never fled at all, and was instead killed on her bed. Aki was killed on the bed? Duh, the weapon and the body are right there. The knife is a fake weapon. The real one's been disposed of. Yeesh, I think she just made up a fake weapon out of boredom. Also, isn't there a hole in the victim? She was definitely killed on the bed. That hole. Indeed, it lines up with Aku's heart. But there isn't any blood on it. The blanket is strange too. Perhaps there's evidence related to Aku's actions? She took the knife and ka-ching, stabbed the victim to death. Ka-ching? Yeah, wanna give it a try? Never mind. According to her, Aki was killed in her sleep. Is there anything that disproves that? Probably, maybe. Let's look around at the evidence here. Let's see, we don't have any new evidence. We haven't got any new evidence in ages. I guess we have what we have. This... Well, no, this isn't actually useful because it started raining at 11, so that could have been earlier. Need to play blood on the bed. Wrapped in a trash bag. I mean, the candle being knocked down kind of pushes toward the whole, like, there was a struggle where she was being chased around the room thing. I guess the culprit, didn't put their shoes on the rack. I guess they wore them in and they wore them out. Otherwise, Candle would have seen them stop the shoe rack and get their shoes. Let's see. Kanye's logic error. Let me cancel back out of here and scroll back up. So really want to present here or here by the sounds of what Young was saying, right? Just assuming. So killed in the bed. What do we have that says that she wasn't killed in the bed? Why does it keep pointing me to characters? I don't think that's going to be helpful. I mean, maybe. I'll look at the characters, but I don't really think so. Raymond wants to go to bed? Did you say bed? Oh. Maybe it means something. It's symbolic. You know, I played a lot of Ace Attorney games. Like, I played all the games, but maybe I'm bad at these. It's not the instantaneous death again somehow, right? I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Again, this was formed during that hour, so her wet socks have nothing to do with anything. As long as the shoes have been used, that doesn't really matter either. Oh, you know, hold on. I'm gonna save if it lets me here. Oh, you can't save during that. Okay. Oh, right. It doesn't actually really analyze you here. It's just stats are perfect. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to like use brain, but I don't see anything here. Good to know I'm not just totally stupid. Maybe the fact that the candle wasn't going? I don't know. Maybe it's the candle. No, it's not the candle. Oh. Yomu-san, be more careful, Des. You missed one. You didn't take them all out. I saw one in the failure message just now. You already fixed it. How many things have you fixed that weren't fixed in this version I downloaded? I even asked you beforehand, like, I get the pre-patched one, right? The newest one has no indices. Alright, well, we can't just use this to test stuff. We don't really have that ability. What? So I tried that. I don't know. Try this? Right, I have to hit down. Nothing to do with the time, like, that's just stuff related to Kane's testimony. I don't think it's anything related to the bloodstain. Yoma would have already brought it up, right? Probably? Yeah. This cannot prove you wrong. Like, the whole point is we're trying to support the bloodstain with some other evidence here. Well, I have no idea whether a shoe rack would matter at all. I can try... Why do I think it's the socks? My intuition's telling me the socks, but I don't know why. Alright, yo, let's see what bullshit you make up about the socks. They The hell is it now? The victim was killed on her bed? Is that true? Obviously. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but the rain formed a puddle of water next to the bed. Of course I noticed. So what? And yet, the victim's socks have been stained by water. What? The puddle formed between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. The time Aku stepped in the puddle. Just so happens to be the time the murder took place. The murder took place at 11:30 when Kana got here. The fact that the shoes are arranged next to the bed, nothing says that. There's no text that says that in the evidence. Aku stepped in that puddle while trying to flee the killer. You can't be sure it was because she was trying to flee. Gregory said it. Yeah, but it's not there. I can't, like, look back on it. There's nothing that says that now. And also, God, that was an hour and a half ago. That was, like, one of the first things that got covered. Back when we were first given the socks to put in her pocket. Maybe she stepped in it by accident when going to bed. That's not possible. The puddle's on the left side of the bed. The door is on the right. She wouldn't have stepped in it no matter what. But you're saying she stepped in it while running away from the culprit. So she backed herself into a corner. Behind the bed, next to the mirror. In that scenario. Maybe the victim had something to do and got up from bed. Yeah, she could have looked in the mirror. I don't see how this supports anything. That's also not possible. The water is concentrated at the forefoot, which means the victim had been running, or more precisely, running for her life. Irk. Moreover, well, that's not true either. If you're getting off your bed, like, you know, depending on how you get off, maybe the front of your foot, maybe Aki walks on her tiptoes. You know, some people do that. Maybe that's how she was getting off her bed. She could be short. So I guess it is a bed and not a futon by the sounds of it then. Probably. So it's like, you know, a raised bed, not like right on the floor. It's not like a little sleeping mat or something. But yeah, she could have been like dipping her toes down off the bed and like, ooh, there's water there. That's cold. I'm gonna pick my feet back up and not get any on the rest of my feet because I have reaction time and I'm not stupid. I don't want wet socks. It's supposed to be a futon. I have no idea, honestly. It looks like a regular bed to me, but I'm not sure. Moreover, we found no trace of Aku's shoes being used. Kane, did you tamper with the shoes? No, they were like that when I got here. Yeah, in Japanese that means floor, so I couldn't tell you. Chinese ain't my language. Indeed, she didn't even have time to put on her shoes. This proves that she was trying to avoid a threat to her life. Do you have anything more to say, Reimu Hakude? Damn, your logic sucks, Yomu. Yeah, I don't get much of a connection here. I feel like she's making something up, and Reimu is just too sleepy to really refute it properly, so she's just gonna accept it. Which, okay, but let's just move on. She's just building a theory, I guess. The killer pursued the victim to the doorway and killed her there. There's no doubt about it. Well said. I agree completely. Now where have I heard that before? Whoa, I almost fell into your trap. Excuse you? You know, whether or not that stain was caused by the puddle is something you can't prove. Huh? So you see, if those stains were caused by anything else, maybe Aku has sweaty feet. Specifically only sweaty toes, I guess. Your logic completely falls apart. What? What? Seriously? No way. That's... I can't believe I forgot about that. One must do what's right by the gods. Well, in that case, I'll be... Objection. Oh, no, I thought Gregory was going to speak up again. I'm not finished yet. Seriously, what more is there to say? The victim definitely fled from her bed. There's no doubt about that. Is there anything I can use to prove it? The evidence that proves the victim did flee from her bed is... a hole? No, this looks like a generic. Nope. Let me save here as well. Reimu-san, hang on just for a bit. No, I'm leaving with my diplomatic community. Bumped into something. Oh, so you want me to present the candle? But that's like so far away from the bed. And yeah, it either has to be like a futon, or like a bed with a really short sheet. And I think that's like more normal with futons than beds, so that's probably the case. But you know, you really think Akio would move her futon away from the leak in the ceiling? It's like right next to there. Like if that leaked, like if it rained for multiple hours in a row instead of just 1 hour, that could like pool up enough to like get her futon wet. Akio, please move your stuff. Alright, so it's probably the candle then. She knocked over the candle. I could see that as evidence that she was running away and like running around the room, but not really from the bed. It's not like to either side of it. It's like you have to get out of bed and like charge straight forward a few tiles. I press cancel again? Oh, wait, I did? Oh, damn it, I did. Yeah, I hit enter that time. I recall. Okay, now you said you fixed the candle. Yes, I just meant it accidentally fell into the ground. In that case, it's important to consider why this candle was on the ground in the first place. Ah, seems like you finally caught on. The victim bumped into while running towards the right of the room. You can't know that. Who knows how long it's been on the ground? So I guess what they're saying is Akio got out of bed. Okay, so essentially, like, I actually have my mouse. Remote, you're in the way. But it's okay, you know the room layout. So the killer came in from here. Akio was in the bed. She, like, got off the bed and I guess stepped in the water, but not enough to get anything besides the front of her feet wet. And then she, like, ran out this way once the killer approached here. Why did Killer didn't just approach here and make Akio go back over the bed? I don't know, but I guess Akio ran out this way and bumped the candle. Or maybe the killer bumped the candle. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna explore that possibility. That's not possible. Don't forget, there's a small piece missing on the top. Kenny told me Akio lights a candle to study every night. Since the top of the candle is missing an even piece, it can only have fallen last night after she went to bed. Huh? What? Are you saying she uses a candle a day? She never reuses the same candle? Hold on a second. Have you forgot about... Wait, we're moving on from that? Yeah, I don't understand either. I thought, like, oh, maybe blood got on top of the candles, so the killer, like, I don't know, broke a piece off or something, the way it was phrased. And surely, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe Akio does study for like 5 hours straight or however long you need for an entire candle amount. Maybe that's what they're getting at here. Weird. But that implies that she only lit it a little while ago. And we're already talking about the time span between like 11 and midnight. So if Akio uses this entire candle every day, so she just lit it and she was going to study it until like 5 a.m., then go to sleep or something? I'm so confused about the time frame here. Maybe forgotten about that hole. The killer definitely landed a hit. And landed a hit the killer did. But at that moment, Akio noticed the killer right in front of her. Instinctually, she dodged to the left, avoiding the blow. So she dodged, the killer stabs through the sheet in the floor. Okay. So that makes sense there. Adding to that, she'd been lying down at the time, so she actually rolled out of the way. Where did she roll to? And Akio was still under the blanket. The blanket too moved to the left along with victim. But I mean, okay. Whatever. She activated her hitbox. She turned on focus movement. That's why when the killer attacked, the blanket wasn't in the correct spot. The hit they landed was off to the side. That's why the hole in the blanket doesn't line up with Akio's heart. I thought Kane adjusted it so it did, though. Huh? The bloodless hole, the misaligned blanket, the stained socks, the fallen candle. Okay, yo, now tell me exactly where Akio went afterwards and how she got the water on her feet. All this proves the killer's first attack missed its mark and was instead avoided by the victim. Now wait for just. Your argument is completely collapsed, Ryomu Hakude. I said, wait. Miss Yuma, at this stage, we've just about established the entire timeline of the crime. If it weren't for the fact that you backed up Kane, you would be the most suspicious one here right now. The killer snuck into the room ready to stab the victim, but was noticed. The victim fled to the left, stepping into the puddle. So, it is a bed then. Because listen, either she rolled over in the bed and then got out of bed, you know how you get out of bed, It's a lot easier to get out of a bed and stand up from that position than it is to stand up from a laying down position on the floor from a futon, so it must be a bed. Because otherwise, she could have like rolled over into the puddle by mistake or something. I don't know, it's so strange. I can't picture this very well. Nothing lines up. The victim fled to the left, stepping into the puddle and knocking with a candle. You know what I find really funny? The fact that he's saying left here, so it makes sense from the player's perspective. Oh, you should be dodging in Elden Ring. It gives you a lot of iframes. You're gonna want to get used to it. Like, it's especially weird because that's the right side of her bed from her point of view. So why is Kita/Gregory saying left here? Oh my god. The killer chased after, knowing full well their identity would be exposed if Haku made it outside and called for help. It's really weird, though. Coincidentally, Miss Kane came to visit the victim, seeing Miss Kane in front of her unconsciously stopped running. The killer used this opportunity to pierce the victim's heart and flee the scene, leaving behind the shocked Miss Kane. Miss Kane was afraid of being implicated in the murder, so she made it look like Mr. Morichika did it. The reason she chose Mr. Morichika was because of a picture that reminded her of him. That should just about summarize the entire case. Now only one question remains. Who's the killer? I feel like we probably don't really have that information? Couldn't it just be anyone? Do you have any ideas, Miss Yuma? Who's the killer? Killer's identity. Please think carefully. Is there something that can point us in the direction of the killer? Out of all the evidence we have in hand, it doesn't seem like any of them connect to the true killer. That is so. Unlike Miss Kane, the killer was extremely cautious, leaving behind almost no evidence. However, there is something the killer cannot hide. What Miss Kane saw. Miss Kane witnessed the killer. That is something that she didn't see shit. She just saw, yeah, a blurry figure. But all Kane saw was just a blurry figure. Apologies, but it's true. I did not get a good look at the killer's face. It doesn't have to be the killer's face. What? Please think carefully. Besides the killer's silhouette, there's something else which Miss Kane should have seen. Okay, well, she hasn't told us, so it's not very helpful for us, is it? That is the key to the killer's identity. Something else could be the killer's... I mean, any of these would be useful, but if they're blurry, probably none of them. I don't know, maybe... Odds are she didn't see the weapon. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess here. According to Kane, something sharp pierced Aku's heart was immediately pulled out. Okay, something. She'd seen something sharp that is the murder weapon. Correct. As the hole in the wound are the same size, we conclude that the hole was in fact caused by the murder weapon. Through these descriptions. Have you figured out if the coup? No. No, I haven't. Be anything. Usually be something like a spear or sword. And the hole is very small, so it should be something like a spear, drill, or needle. Wait, could it be? We know the murder weapon... What? Is it... Did Rainbow use her persuasion needles? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Oops, I hit cancel. Damn it. Okay. Hello? Aren't you saying anything, Yomu-san? I really hope I'm wrong. Say, Ryomu Hakude. Shinya Maru uses actual needles. Hello? It could be a Sakuya knife. Well, okay, no, I guess that wouldn't be quite that thin. Say, Ryomu Hakude. We've all seen your persuasion needles before. Your needles are thin, sharp, and good at penetration. It's the weapon you always bring when you head out to resolve incidents, your persuasion needles. I always kind of assumed the needles weren't really physical things, and were just like bullets, like made of spirit or something. Are they like actual needles? Or is that's just like a fan interpretation? I don't actually know. I'm not sure if it's ever been elaborated on. I feel like no. What are you trying to say? What I want to say is, how could you, as the person in charge of maintaining order in Yotsuya, the Hakure Shrine Maiden... did she? I don't know. I know that she did in a fan game that I played. Murder the child of Miata in cold blood! Okay, so that was a canon thing. Okay, so that's where that came from in the fan game. Oh, well, there you go then. Okay. What? She actually has, like, metal needles then, that's cool. What? What? The hell are you saying? Watch your damn mouth. I'm doing my best to remain calm. I can't believe you would. This is going too far, even as a joke. The murder weapon is a thin and sharp object. That's your needle, isn't it? Nonsense. Do you want to be taught a lesson? I'm tired as all hell, but I don't need you to wake me up. This isn't me waking you up. I'm Ryu Hakure. I will suppose he was the person who murdered Hieda no Akio. What? You... How about the fact that Reimu is dry, even though it was raining out? Well, no, I guess it's after midnight now. She could have gone back home and changed. Whatever. But when you think about it, a lot of things make sense now. Up until now, you've been trying to end this investigation as soon as possible. Furthermore, you didn't object so fiercely when I proved Ryunosuke-kun's innocence. And yet, you were doing everything in your power to stop me from proving Kenny's innocence. That's because Kenny is your sole weakness. No matter who took the blame, you had to stop Kenny from telling the truth. This is why you've been trying so hard to stop us from investigating. You are the true killer. Now wait for just one. You've been exposed. Admit it already. Are you deaf? Hmm? Seriously, that know-it-all face. You look just like her from back then. No matter, I'm rather fond of it myself. To take that face full of confidence and shatter it into a million pieces. I'll admit, going into this, I did not think Reimu would be the killer. One must do what's right by the gods. You sure say that a lot. I'm a shrine maiden beloved by the gods, after all. I can feel it. Oh, how they abhor your idiocy. What the gods abhor is you murderer. You say I killed someone? Utter nonsense. How are you confident? I have nothing to hide. It's just that a certain half-baked ghost really wants to pin a crime on me. If you can be this confident, it's because you've already made sure to dispose of all the evidence, isn't it? Oh my, what are you implying with that question? You aren't just some big lawyer. You aren't some big lawyer. This will just make people hate you even more. Does she have connections with lawyers? But her tone's gotten a lot more strict. Her entire aura has changed too. It's like she's a different person. I have to break through somehow. I have absolutely nothing to do with this case. You truly have nothing to do with this case? Oh, please. I'm only an innocent shrine maiden looking to get some sleep. But no, I have not only been dragged out here, now accused of murder. Do you understand the pain of wanting to sleep but not being able to? Yes. Answer my question. Do you truly have nothing to do with this case? Not even gonna let me vent a little? Cold. I was only called here after the murder. You have any idea how hard it is to clean up after a banquet? I barely got here at 12 AM. And she had the audacity to drag me all the way here. Sheesh, must have thought I wouldn't be able to think clearly due to lack of sleep. She's probably talking about Kane. The murder occurred at 11:30, and Kane reported the crime at 11:50 PM. Hakure, append that statement to your testimony. There's that know-it-all look again. Suit yourself. Even so, you insist on saying I killed someone? Okay, so it's here. Okay. Is that certain? Yeah, got a problem with it? Katie and Kidoji-san are right here. She can't lie about this. If that's true, and compared to another time, a huge contradiction appears. Is that the last one? Okay. So you arrived here then, and what do we have for evidence in here? Yeah, reported then. Then Reimu got here 10 minutes later. Took her 10 minutes to get here. Is it related to the water? Is it the water or something? I'm gonna guess the water. No, it's not the water. Be more careful, Des. I mean, you'll want to get help, even though that's a lie and it's really at 11:50. Well, no, like, she, I don't know, let's isn't everything related at times. I kind of wish it would, like, update the evidence as we learn stuff. Sometimes Ace Attorney does that, sometimes not. What did I already present? The rain? No, the puddle. Well, this is prevent time, then the obvious choice. Even though I actually don't quite see where she's going with this yet. Oh, I know. You finally slipped up. Say what? I got here at 12 a.m. Kena and Kita. OG-san can vouch for this, so it can't be wrong. And, however, Kenny wanted to report the crime at 11:50 p.m. From Kena going out to arrive on scene, only 10 minutes has passed. Is that right? Alice, stop. It hurts. Yeah, what about it? Have you forgotten your own words? Have you any idea how long it takes to get here from the shrine? At least 10 minutes I've had by. Okay. So, you flew and it took exactly 10 minutes to get here. It takes at least 10 minutes to get to the shrine from the village, and the opposite is also true, which means... Okay, so you're saying that Kanan left here to report it at 11:50. Okay. I see. It's completely impossible for Kanan to go to the shrine and come back in just 10 minutes. Okay, so doesn't that imply something about Kanan lying? Not us? Doesn't that mean Kanan got numbers wrong? Or like, was Reimu right outside or something? And Kanan just didn't mention that fact to it. Huh? Why's that? It took Kanan 10 minutes to find Reimu and bring her here. You weren't at the shrine at all when Kanan found you. Why didn't Kanan tell us this, then? What bull? Can you prove it? Proof. Don't we have the witness right here? Kanan, where did you find Reimu? Well, I found her at the village. You could have spoken up. That would have made this so much more clear. Now we have solid proof. Do you have anything more to say, Reimu Hakabe? God. Not to mention, like, Reimu mentioned the whole coming from the shrine thing to us with, like, Kanan in the room. And we've already established that if you talk to someone in this room, it's loud enough for everyone else in the room to hear it. And Kanan didn't think anything about that. You were at the village when Kanan reported the crime. There's no denying it. Oh, buttons. Can you still say you have nothing to do with this case? And? Huh? I thought you actually had something to say. How disappointing. First of all, your witness is a suspect. You don't expect us to take a suspect's word at face value, do you? Right now, you're the suspect. And besides, the timing matches perfectly. Yes, for the sake of argument, let's say she's telling the truth. So what? I was at the village when she fled the scene and reported the crime. What's that have to do with anything? That must have been a reason you were near the crime scene in the middle of the night. Like if you had just murdered someone. Oh, I can give 1,000 reasons for that. Like, going out for a walk? Going for a walk in a place that takes 10 minutes to fly in the middle of the night? And also at, like, midnight? There's no way that's true. Don't worry, there's plenty more. Such as coming to sober up after a night of partying at a banquet. Yo-san, going down this rabbit hole won't lead to anything. She's right. I won't be able to break through from this angle. Is there really no other way? What, cat got your tongue? Ah, the face of defeat. Seeing it fills me with joy. Jerk. Yo-san, is there no other evidence besides the fact that Reimu-san was at the village proving she's the killer? Crap, I can't think of anything at all. There's no evidence of her crimes. None. What a disgrace. Is it already over? Hey, look even sadder. Entertain me some more. This jerk. How on earth am I supposed to? I was waiting. Miss Yomu, take a deep breath. Kidoji-san? Do you still remember my words? When you hit a dead end, try assembling logic. Assembling logic. Thinking. Now don't think of anything else. Calm your nerves and review the entire case. Perhaps you missed an important detail. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and go over your thoughts again. That's right. Now isn't enough time to panic. I need to focus on thinking. Closed eyes. Deep breaths. Think. Now we present the shoe case. I'm 100% certain of it. We're presenting the shoe case at the end. What? 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 What the heck is this? Calm down, Miss Yomu. Kidoji-san? Where is he? What you're seeing now is something we cannot see. What do you mean? What the heck am I? In any case, I'm not answering the question, but please describe what you see. Well, there's a bright green light, a path seemingly made out of glass in the middle, and some stone gates. I think they might be stock RPG Maker assets or something, but I'm not sure. I see, so you're just like her. Huh? Time is of the essence. I'll keep it short. Before you is your mind's path of logic. My mind? Path of logic? Am I gonna have to snowboard? Miss Yomu, logic is a straight path. It is only as you head in the right direction, you'll reach the truth eventually. However, there will always be mysteries attempting to stop logic in its path. These mysteries manifest as gates that block your path of logic. Gates? You mean those things in front of me? Correct, Miss Yomu. Now please review the case in front of these stone gates. Steady your nerves and think. When you solve a mystery in the case, the gate will open and logic will allow to continue. When the final gate is opened, the truth you seek shall present itself. I seriously feel like a fish out of water. Time is running out even as we speak. Before Miss Reimu leaves, please open all the gates. Hey, the hell's going on? What are you talking about? I don't have time for games. I'm taking the suspect away. I'm counting on you, Miss Aya. Miss Aya? Okie dokie, leave it to me. Aya, Reimu-san, this dark and stormy night is just the perfect weather to commit murder and frame someone, wouldn't you say? What? I won't forgive you if you write nonsense in your newspaper. I'm not sure what's going on, but it seems like they lost some time. I can only trust Kidoji-san now. Review the case of the gates and solve the mysteries. Okay. How much is this going to have me review? The case started when Reimu Hakane snuck into Hida no Aki's house with the intent to kill her. At around 11:30 p.m., she snuck in so she had to take her shoes off, even though she could fly. Reimu Hakane quietly entered Hida no Aki's house. On entering Aki's house, what should have been the first thing she did? Take off her shoes. I knew it. I know the Ace Attorney tropes. It's the first thing that happens in the whole case. That's right, Aki's house is very old. Walking with shoes on would make a lot of noise. Therefore, taking off her shoes was a necessity. Since the first thing Reimu did was take off her shoes, then where did she put them? What if the place she put her shoes in was the shoe rack? They should still be there then, because she flew out of the house really quickly. Did we really not see Reimu's shoes as we entered the house and put our own shoes in the shoe rack? And Kane visited just as the murder was occurring. If the shoes were anywhere else, Kane definitely would have noticed. Since that's the case, where are Reimu's shoes right now? Originally, Reimu planned to retrieve her shoes after murdering the victim. Yet things did not go as planned. Kenny's presence meant she couldn't do that. Which means Reimu Hakune's shoes are currently in Aki's shoe rack. That's right. Due to Kenny's sudden appearance, Reimu Hakune fled the scene. In that case, her shoes would still be in the shoe rack. And because Kenny had always been at the scene, Reimu never had a chance to retrieve her shoes. This is what I needed. The proof of Reimu Hakune's guilt. That's great and all. And if we were talking about like closed shoe cubbies or something like at the YMCA, that would be one thing. But like, why did no one notice the shoes? The evidence of your crimes has been found. Come on, Reimu-san, tell our readers so you perfectly got rid of all the evidence. You can stop now. Actually, there is one thing you missed. Oh? In order to silently kill someone, it's crucial to not make a sound. However, as this house is old, the floorboards will creak if stepped on with shoes. The killer must have taken off their shoes, and the only place to put the shoes would be the shoe rack near the door. So what? Originally, the killer planned on retrieving the shoes from the shoe rack before fleeing the scene. But Kana's appearance meant the killer had to leave in a hurry. Moreover, Kana had been setting up the scene from the moment she discovered the body. There was no chance for the killer to slip in. In other words, right now, the killer's shoes are still inside the shoe rack. Hey, you're right. And I guess Kane didn't notice the fact that Reimu was just in socks or barefoot when she discovered her. And I feel like there's just a lot of things characters have to be totally blind to for a lot of these evidence presentations to really work out at all. Oh yeah, check all the shoes in that shoe rack. See if any of them match Rina Hakure. We just need to find Rina Hakure's shoes. This entire case will be over. Aye aye. Just you wait. You have nowhere to run, Rina Hakure. Aya, how is it? Aya, none of the shoes match Reimu-san. Oh. It's a surprise. What? Are you sure? It's true. All these shoes seem to belong to Akio-san. How could this be? Help us, Kira. Ha ha ha, that's what happens when you think you know it all. Serves you right. Yeah, you see I'm wearing my shoes right now. How could they be in that shoe rack? Your portrait doesn't go down that far. Oh right, Reimu's still wearing your shoes. Can't believe that slipped my mind. She literally didn't look down during this whole thing. Was my reasoning flawed? Crap, I can't see where I went wrong at all. What a disgrace. Trying to pin a crime on an innocent person, and the Hakure Shrine Maiden no less. You have literally changed your judgment from an innocent person to another innocent person. Even if that second one's guilty, you've done the same thing. You could have been dealt with on the spot, you know. You'd be dead where you stand. Irk. Just where? Where did I go wrong? But it doesn't add up. Messiah? If all these shoes belong to Akio, where are the killer's shoes? There's no way the killer wore shoes when committing the murder, so where have the shoes gone? Indeed, that is a rather concerning question. What do you think, Yomu-san? But Reimu couldn't have flown because Gregory says there's no spiritual residue. Right? Like, wouldn't that be in the room somewhere or something? Isn't the whole point of that? Just where did it go wrong? Yomu-san. Huh? Oh, I'm here. Now wasn't the time to agonize over your mistake. And we know that, like, she snuck, like, right up to Akio, because it sounds like Akio dodged the last second when she stabbed, right? It's not like Reimu appeared at the door, then she stopped flying and stepped down, like, you know, at the doorway. Go into the village. Yeah, but so what? After all, our goal is to find out the truth, right? That's the request I gave you, Yomu-san. Our goal is the truth. How we get to it is important. No, I think that matters a little. So don't feel sad. If your direction is wrong, just correct it. I don't get it. Yeah, I accepted your request, so I have to do my best to fulfill it. Since you've chosen this path, make sure to see it through until the very end. This is how the head of the agency should act. She told me that as well. How could I stop just because of some mistake? Understood, Aya. Even if my direction is flawed, even if I'm proven wrong 1,000 times, I will not give up. Yeah, that's the Yomu-san I know. To believe in your client until the very end. Well said, Miss Yomu. How touching. Too bad it won't do you much good. Evidence won't just appear because you refuse to give up. Let's take a moment to think. Back to that question. Where have the killer's shoes gone? The killer's shoes. You're going in the right direction, Miss Yomu. The killer did indeed put their shoes in the shoe rack, and the killer had no chance to retrieve them when Kane was here. The shoes aren't in the shoe rack. Why is this? The shoes were still in the shoe rack when the killer fled. Yeah, the shoes have disappeared. We can only assume... Sure. The shoes have likely been taken away. Likely sometime after the crime, the killer took away the shoes. Good thinking, Miss Yomu. Let's keep going. When did the killer take away the shoes? When she came back with Kane, I guess. When the murder occurred, the shoes should have been in the shoe rack. Yeah, seems like it. Except, was Gregory leading her down the wrong path by getting the autopsy stuff wrong part of that? I feel like he could have probably skipped a few steps here. I don't know. It had been setting the scene, so the killer shouldn't have had a chance to enter the scene and take away the shoes. In that case, the only opportunity for the killer to take away the shoes would be... during Kane's... Well, no. No, she could have come back in while Kane was tampering, actually. Yeah. The shoes were likely taken away when Kane was setting up the scene. Huh? Wouldn't the killer have bumped into Kane's head? Well, maybe Kane never left the bedroom and didn't notice him out of the hallway. I suppose you can say that, but... Let's see, is there technically any incorrect text in there? Hold on. I guess technically not at that point. Okay. True. Taking with the shoes at that time is too big a risk. But like... I guess he was just pretending to be useless. Yo-san, keep illogical things to yourself. Okay. Okay, so during the search for help? You don't know how long Kane is going to take to tamper, but you also don't know how long she's going to take to find Reimu. So, what's the difference, really? I guess she's going to be further away, potentially. Come to think of it. Do you have any idea how long it takes to get here from the shrine? At least 10 minutes if I fly. Murder occurred at 11:30 p.m., but Reimu Hakuei was still in the village at 11:50 p.m. The reason for that is now apparent. Hey, can you guys stop wasting my time now? Sleeping back home is still the best. When I send you off to prison, you don't have prison in Gensokyo. You can sleep as much as you want. I see. Yeah. The killer took away the shoes, yet with Kane sitting at the scene of the ensuing investigation, the killer had no chance to enter. With one exception. When Kane went out to report the crime. Are you implying... Yes, Kane had only left for a mere 10 minutes. The killer coincidentally entering at that moment is near impossible. In other words, the killer had been outside waiting for Kane to leave. So what you're saying is the killer was still in the human village. Yes. Such as you, Reimu Hakuei. Look at that face. What? A moment ago, I proved that you've been at the human village ever since the murder occurred. And the same just so happens to apply to the killer. That's bull. It's just a coincidence. Flying somewhere 10 minutes away in the middle of the night, doing the same things the killer did. Even a fool would know that's not a coincidence. So what? Can you prove it was a coincidence? Ha, you can't. No, the one who needs proof is you. What? According to the principle of Gensokyo, if you can't prove this is a coincidence, you'll have to be arrested as a suspect. What? Who's gonna arrest her, though? She's apparently the cop. Alright, let's end this. This is the final battle. Don't accuse me without evidence. Press. Now that's odd. Aren't you going off about the principle of Gensokyo? You have to be taken away if you're a suspect. Does it not apply to you? Who gives a damn about that broken principle? In other words, yes, it doesn't apply to me. We're looking for proof right now. Do you have any? And she brushed it off again. When you say proof, what we need is decisive evidence which proves Reimu-san is the killer. We have nothing linking you to the crime. Yeah, it must be decisive. I don't want to accept conjectures anymore. I want hard evidence. Do me a favor and keep quiet. But if it's decisive evidence we need, it'll have to be something that links the killer and Reimu together. In other words, something that would only appear on the killer but has appeared on Reimu. That ought to do the trick. My actions lining up with the killers is a coincidence. At the end of the day, the killer waiting outside is just another one of their conjectures. Oh, right. Press. Is that really possible? Why not? Or go for a walk is none of your business. If it really were just a walk, you wouldn't have to fly somewhere 10 minutes away. Oh, I didn't realize you were my mom. Now you have big ghost. Irk. Miss Young, dwelling at this point is meaningless. Miss Reimu had been waiting near the scene the entire time. That is what you should be thinking about. She was waiting near the crime scene. And after getting rid of the shoes, she was quickly found by Kane. In other words, she never had a chance to return to the shrine. In other words, she never had a chance to change her clothes. At the end of the day, the killer waiting aside is just another one of your conjectures. Conjectures may be conjectures, but this conjecture is based on logic and facts. Conjectures are conjectures. Without proof, you have nothing. Like, playing hardball won't work. If it's contrary to evidence I need, I'd never think of it on the spot, but when I'm stuck, I have to go towards the path of logic. Oh, okay, it's sending us here again. I've more or less pieced together the start of the case. Oh, right. Button switch now. Then how about the situation during the case? During the murder, Raymond snuck into Aku's bedroom. There, she tried to kill Aku, but was noticed. Aku tried to flee, but stopped dead in her tracks due to Kane. Raymond used the opportunity to stab Aku in the heart, killing her. Then, while Kane was still in shock, she pulled out her weapon and fled the scene. In that case, during all of this, what evidence would there be to prove she's the killer? Prints outside, maybe? Those don't really help if she's flying. Blood stains? Got any blood stains on you? I mean, you pulled out the needle, right? It's with blood stains. Did murder, Remu immediately pulled out her weapon. This would have resulted in a lot of blood, forming a huge puddle on the floor. Which means she must have gotten blood on herself. However, such a conclusion is too broad. Which part of her could have been stained with blood? If I can figure that out, I don't have indisputable evidence. Okay. I mean, probably something in your hands? I don't know. Okay, so that happened when we did that there. We didn't press this, though. Was that just a hint? One must do what's right by the gods. Your accusations will merely anger the gods, I'm afraid. Wouldn't the gods be angered by your crimes? See, that's what I'm talking about. You keep falsely accusing me of murder. These gods aren't known for being forgiven, you know. The one who should be worrying about the gods is you. Your hidden sins. I will uncover them all and report them to Mima. Okay, so... what do you want me to present here? Well, we got blood on our hands or something? She could have washed it off? I have no idea what they want me to present anymore, honestly. Am I just supposed to... I wanna see what happens if I press this again. I knew you didn't have anything. Hold on, is this the same stuff from before? Well, unrelated to her still point toward her. So what could it be? Bit of a stretch, apparently. You say apparently as the translator. I mean, I feel like a lot of it is a bit of a stretch. RPG Maker ass looking clock. I don't know what I'm supposed to really... Yeah, I figured it probably was. Present here. Can you game over during these sections? Jeez, I didn't even know. There's no HP. At least not visibly. Do I... No, obviously I don't present the knife. That's useless. Did you get... on your socks? It's probably socks, right? We just have to present Aku's socks to look at Reimu's socks, which is really baffling. I proved something not too long ago. When the culprit entered the scene, they put the shoes in the shoe rack. Afterwards, they've been waiting for a chance to dispose of them. In other words, the killer had not been wearing shoes at the time. So what? Please think back to what Kane said. Something sharp pierced Aku's heart and was immediately pulled out. The killer immediately pulled out her weapon after killing Aku. And you, Reimu Hakude, also made a point to teach us a piece of common sense. Only when the weapon was pulled out would someone lose a large amount of blood. It's usually this kind of places where it's good if they, like, have you do, like, a multiple choice, or Hangman's Gambit or something. You know, if we're talking Danganronpa. Instead of presenting evidence. Because it's easier for the player to communicate what they're thinking that way. So you know how to learn from others. And, in that case, there must have been a lot of blood where the killer was standing. This is supported by the bloodstain at the door. At this point, the killer was scared of being recognized by Kane, so they fled. Which would mean the killer definitely stepped in the victim's blood. What? Reimu Hakude, you're wearing socks, aren't you? You mentioned they were wet, too. If we find bloodstains on your socks, that'll undoubtedly prove that you're the killer. This actually doesn't even really... She, like, stabbed her really quickly, immediately pulled it out, and ran. She didn't... The blood didn't have time to pool on the floor. If anything, it would have sprayed out and hit her clothes. Like her white sleeves? Probably? But okay. But no, it's her socks. It's actually on her socks. Presenting the Luminol is a good idea, actually. It is better than the socks. Aya, check Reimu's socks. If he finds any traces of blood, this whole case will be over. Alrighty. How dare you? It's useless to resist, Reimu Hakude. Resisting now is tantamount to admitting your guilt. I just happened to wear red socks today. Aya, how does it look? It's just a little bit wet. There aren't any suspicious stains at all. Come on. Damn it. Did she use the rain to wash off the blood while waiting? Now do we present the luminol? In that case, any other bloodstains on it would be gone too. Ah ha 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 ha. It's all the same in the end. There are no bloodstains on my socks. Maybe I got rid of them. Maybe they were never there in the first place. The gods are always on my side. For shame. You have any other proof up your sleeve? Come on, Gregory, speak up. I do. The item that can prove your socks have been stained with blood is obviously the luminol. What's this strange potion? Drink it. It's called the Blood Illuminant, also known as luminol. Luminol? Like, luminol spaces? How could actually... It's able to test for any and all traces of blood. Hiroji-san, please do a test on Reimu Hakure's socks. Understood. Don't stand on the bloodstain. Pardon me. There's no way such a thing exists. There's no way it works. Confess your crimes, Reimu Hakude. You, how dare you ask me to confess? The results are in. Fresh bloodstain has been discovered on the outside of the socks. Yeah, I know that luminol's a real thing. It's on the outside and it's fresh too. But thing is, like, if there's a ton of bleach on the floor, it can also be kind of suspicious. Yeah, I can't even say it was from a past injury. You should have switched your socks around. You should have worn your socks inside out. It's over. We have solid proof. You still have anything to say for yourself? Yeah. Impossible. This isn't happening. Grr. This isn't possible. I'm the Hakure Shrine Maiden. Damn it. Give up, Miss Reimu. At least this time, you won't be able to get away. You, who the hell are you? Only now do you ask for my name? You may call me Kita Katsura. She heard his name earlier. She hears everything in this room. Ka Sura. The rig gun doesn't really work when she has a face like that during it. Ah, yeah, the case has been solved perfectly. You made no mistakes. Alright, Reimu Hakude. Even if you refuse to face the music, now it's your turn to face the judgment of the gods. You mean Aki, probably? Oh, here's an actual face. Tone shift. Want to hear a story? It goes like this. Due to its age, Hirano Akiu's house collapsed during an investigation. Besides the Hakure Shrine Maiden, everyone on scene tragically passed away. You wouldn't. He was already half dead. It won't work on her. Kita, however, would totally die. Hey, are you saying... What? I mean, it'd be a lot harder to kill a yokai, I think. Aki was like the easiest murder victim in all of Gensokyo, quite literally. Reimu Hakude. You all forgot the fundamental difference in our strength. So what if you proved I'm guilty? You can't do a thing to me. Seriously, taking a life, the gods can't stand bearing witness to such a thing. So I'll close my eyes. Then the gods won't see it either. Damn it. She's the Hakurai Shrine Maiden, virtually the strongest existence in Gensokyo. What now? Farewell now. May the gods grant you salvation. Now, Miss Seija. Okay. I knew Seija was in this game, but I didn't know she would just show up here. What just happened? In an instant, all my bullets flew back towards me. Ha 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 ha, I must say that was quite the interesting development. Ooh, I like this range, that's nice. You're Seija Kishin-san? Long time no see, everyone. Has it been a year already? Aren't you still a wanted criminal? Seija Kishin, a yokai who loves to reverse things. Fed up with a strong ruling the weak in Gensokyo, she once set off a rebellion which sent the entirety of Gensokyo into chaos. When that failed, people from every corner of Gensokyo tried to capture it, but not a single one of them succeeded. And hey, look, she's right in front of us. Someone claimed the bounty. This may all be water under the bridge now. Is it? Why? What's the legal term for when something expires? I can't remember what it's called. Maybe her crime's invalid now. It's been too many years. This may all be water under the bridge now. Statute of limitations. Yep, statute of limitations expired, I guess. But she's given people no small amount of surprises. I'm lost. What's going on? Please go home. Go to sleep. Seija Kishin, are you here too? More or less, my dear. Speaking of, to think the person in charge of protecting Gensokyo's humans would murder a human. Quite a shocking piece of news. Waiting in the other room for so long wasn't for nothing. I requested the help of Miss Seija when Miss Raymond went to arrest Mr. Morichika. Just in case. I mean, just in case. How do you even know her? Why does Gregory know Seija, of all people? Kira, do you know I was behind it from the start? One must pay for the crimes. That is all. You little... Damn it. Seija Kishin, how dare you do this to me? Well, my dear, in a certain sense, the fact that I followed your plans is also a pretty interesting turnabout, no? Oh ho ho, oh no. She used the fact that Gyakuten has the reverse kanji in it. She has to be in the game now. Curse you. For your terrible puns. Gyakuten Seija. With that, the late-night murder of Hieda no Akio came to a close. Ryu Hakurai was taken away by Kidoji-san and Seija Kishin. Hieda Kamishiro-san was also punished for tampering with the crime scene. How was she punished? I must know the details. Because there isn't really a justice system in Gensokyo, I don't think, besides Reimu beating someone up. And what happens when Reimu is the one who needs to get beat up? Do we just call Marissa over? What does Marissa think of all this? I want to see the reaction of Reimu's best friend to hearing that Reimu is a murderer. I want to see how Marissa's taking this. She must be stunned, right? In the end, the true culprit was caught, the innocent were absolved, and the truth came to light. There's no Marissa. Why not? She's always around getting it, like, she's always sticking her neck into stuff. How is she not here? Juniper, I can't see chat if you sit right there. Come on, honey. Oh, she squeaked when I picked her up. I mean, Gyakuten Seija has a really nice ring to it. I suppose this is a happy ending to the matter. That sure took a while. I doubt I'm getting any sleep tonight. Hey, you were amazing, Yomu-san. You perfectly fulfilled everything, even my additional request. So where's Reimu right now? And who's watching after her? You can count on me, I guess. Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Why did that auto go? Ahem, nice weather today. It's like 2 AM. Hey, also it rained. It rained today, Yomu. You can try a bit harder. Frankly, I'm very grateful to you, Yomu Kanpaku. When I stumbled upon the murder, even an experienced educator such as I panicked. I can't believe the thought of tampering with the scene and blaming someone else would ever cross my mind. It was you who rectified my mistake. Truly, you taught me a very valuable lesson. I apologize for calling you a cockroach now. Oh, sorry, Seija's not here. No, that's Aya. Am I blind? Honestly, anyone would panic given the circumstances. I don't condone what you did, but I can understand. Although you probably caused no small amount of trauma to the person who was framed. I mean, yeah, we still don't know Reimu's motive yet, after all. So, she'll come back up for sure. So you can be the student too, can I? Don't be surprised. Go home. Pretend I never said anything. Actually, Young Kumpaka, I need to thank you as well. I don't really know what happened, but you helped me, didn't you? Yeah, that's true. Anyway, did I fix the door? You know, I've never really had any family since I was young. I'm by myself most of the time, so I never even considered that someone might stick up for me like that. So, thank you. Oh, it was nothing, really. Well, it's time for me to go. I still need to pay for my crimes. It shouldn't be too severe a punishment. The kids in the village still need their teacher after all. Yes, I'll probably be punished financially. Moreover, this will be a state of my record. It'll be with me for a very long time. What if I gave in just because of this? I would have become a model teacher. I'd be accompany you, Kane. It's dangerous at night. And you're powerless. All the time. Thank you. Also, what was the whole thing about it being a full moon tonight and Kane not being transformed tonight? We never visited upon that, actually. The bonus unused CG this scene, by the way. Well, I mean, you could have implemented it. That would have been cool. This was like an official translation that you got all of the devs for, right? I'm sure it probably would have been okay if you had. It is really nice, actually. It is a shame that that doesn't show up. I guess that's set through an Easter egg. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. It's not really unused then, is it? It's a secret. Hey, how romantic. Romantic? It's in the password zip. I noticed that, yeah. I was trying to frame the other for murder a moment ago. I noticed something called secret, at least. I didn't notice the zip, I don't think, but I noticed something called secret. True love always comes with its trials. Is that how you come up with crap in your newspaper? Man, Ramu's gonna sell a lot. Sorry, Aya's gonna sell a lot of papers reporting on this. Actually, no one's gonna believe it, probably. Forget it. It's getting late. You should be heading home. I still have to cook for you, Yugo-sama back at Hakagyokudo. It's literally like after midnight. How late does Yuriko have her last meal of the night? Let's just try to see what that was above the fireplace. It looked like the letter P, but it's not. That's true. Ah. What is it? Now that you mention it, I have something on me. Kiryu-kun gave it to me. He said it was found on Reimu-san, so he wanted me to give it to you. I'd almost forgotten. On Reimu Hakude? For me? It's this. Why do I get an attorney's badge now? This belongs to her. The thing about the fireplace is like an actual thing? Maybe it's more clear once I examine it. I don't know. It doesn't look like anything to me. How could I not remember? Even if the last time I saw it was a year ago. Oh, no, another flashback. A year ago, during Gensokyo's last... I didn't even Gensokyo. We had trials? We have a courtroom? And not just a shady trial? Okay. Yeah, both of those are toll in Japanese as well. Huh. Save the game? Absolutely. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 1 then. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna stop right there. No.